Yo, what's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, and we are doing Sports Plus Life NBA Draft live coverage. Now, we did the first round of the NFL draft, which amazingly took 4 hours. The NBA draft ain't gonna take that long, but be that as it may, I'm happy to do this. There's some things that definitely need to be discussed, and with me on the line is, y'all know him, friend, family of the show, Tony. What it do, homie?
What up?
We're
about to have the second set of twins drafted in NBA history.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. But before we get to talking basketball, I have to say this because I'm very excited when I heard this news that an encore to Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, which is the most anticipated fight since Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and I guarantee you it'll be better. But for an encore, we're going to have Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo on September 16th, Mexican Independence Day weekend. I can't wait. Canelo, still seen as one of the best fighters pound for pound, takes on undefeated Jermall Charlo, middleweight champion. I cannot wait. Yo, what up, big little bro?
What's good?
What up? I'm about to hit you up on the three-way. It's gonna be a different number. I'm gonna hit you up on the three-way from the house phone and chime you in.
All right, cool.
All right. And Tony, you know how we do. We real nigga podcast. Ain't no editing this. We are live. Ain't no editing this. We are live. So I'm gonna hit Marcus up. I'm gonna introduce you to live on YouTube. So bear with me, folks. Tony, I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
That's how we do, man. And I cannot wait. To do this. I've been waiting for this for a while. You there, Tony?
Yo.
Marcus. Yo, Marcus, I've been waiting to get you on the line with my homeboy here, Tony. He's a basketball savant just like you. I've been trying to get y'all on the line for the last couple of years. Marcus, this is Tony. Tony, this is Marcus. Now, Marcus is my big little bro, 6'9" basketball player, but I've been doing this podcast for damn near 5 years. This is the first time that he's been on. I've been wanting Marcus to be on for a minute. He's also a Dallas Cowboys fan, so that's one thing that y'all two have in common. As far as basketball goes, he's a Miami Heat fan. Oh, Lord. But anyway, Marcus is one of the best and brightest people that I know. I only hang around positive people. I was just explaining this to Tony before we came live. Marcus, we are on YouTube live now. So, how you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Had to get situated. I lost track of time. Ain't had a TV on or nothing.
Oh, it's all good.
Had a draft come over like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I just started live, and I wanted to talk about a couple of subjects before the draft hit. I just mentioned the fight coming up between Charlo and Canelo, September 16th. I can't wait for that. But now on to basketball. Who the fuck saw Chris Paul going to the Warriors? Who saw that coming?
You know what? What's funny? I actually heard that there were rumblings that he was going to go to the Warriors probably like 2 days ago. So I didn't see that coming before then. But 2 days ago, I was looking at a basketball blog that I follow, random blog on like Instagram, and somebody shouted out, "Yo, it'd be funny if he ended up going to the Warriors." And I'm like, "Warriors? What? That's crazy." But I mean, it makes sense.
Well, okay, so
the move doesn't make sense because as I put in the chat, what do you see when I put in the chat, Brandon?
I did.
Russ v. Dusty, and sometimes NBA must be. Chris Paul got a jack up 25 times now. Just stay on the floor. Otherwise, he's not relevant. Honestly, he probably, I think that, all right, so I'll say this. To me, if you hit the version of Chris Paul that you just stated, right, the one, the high volume shooting, if you get that version, the high usage rate, paddle the mess out the ball, if you get that version of Chris Paul, then no, that doesn't make any sense. But if Chris Paul wants to accept the role of maybe being a backup,
right, and that's
to Steph,
and see, that's where I wanted to go with it.
Offense and things like that, because Jordan Poole's gone now. So,
yeah, he's gone.
Jordan Poole's with it now.
But that's where I wanted to go. So with Chris Paul, who's starting? I mean, is you like say, is he gonna come off the bench? Will he embrace that?
He ain't got no choice.
Yeah, because but what's gonna happen with Klay Thompson? Is he gonna be back?
I don't think Klay Thompson is gonna be a Warrior next year.
Well, then if Klay Thompson is gonna be if Klay Thompson is gonna be gone, why wouldn't Chris Paul start?
Because Steph isn't a two.
I know that. I know that.
Chris Paul ain't a two.
No, I know he's not.
It's a. I don't even consider it a lateral move. I just don't see how that helps the Warriors. You lose full scoring punch, and you are a scoring team. Make no mistake, this is what you do. And having Chris Paul as extra facilitator, I mean, that's great and wonderful, but you still just gonna be jacking up the same volume of shots. You're still gonna be jacking up three. So you're not changing your team dynamic any, other than you're losing that extra scoring punch, because Poole could explode one night and next night he got 10 points, but the next night he got 30.
Or the next night he could have 2 points.
Like they should have. I feel like either Poole or Draymond Green had to go, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that they realized. Now I don't necessarily agree with what I'm about to say in terms of them making a decision. I'm just saying I feel like they made this decision. I think they chose between the two. They know that Draymond was the foundation in terms of the glue and like the voice and the heartbeat behind that team. While Steph is the on-floor leader, he's definitely not the vocal leader. Not for the most part. He can be, but for the most part, he's not. They know that backbone and that tenacity kind of comes from Draymond. So I think they made the choice to stick with Draymond as opposed to Jordan Poole. And they needed to get rid of Jordan Poole's contract. Jordan Poole was getting paid an unbelievable.
Yeah, he got a 9-figure contract after the championship last year. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a crazy contract. Yeah, but you don't give him away for that. I agree. You don't give him away for that. When picks were conveyed as well, right? I wouldn't have done it, but I think that is what they were doing. And I will say this: I'll hold out to figure out what they're going to do with the rest of the roster. Because for all we know, maybe Chris Paul finds a way to add depth if he can accept his role of not being a high volume shooter. If he comes in and wants to facilitate and accepts the fact that his scoring has now depleted to 13 points a game or something like that, if he gives into that and realizes I'm 39 years old,
if he gives into that and gives some minutes reduction, which would make him fresher come the playoffs, could possibly work. But let me ask you guys about the.
Ryan Rollins and 2 picks as well. That was conveyed for Chris Paul. What were the picks? I don't have it in front of me. It's a 2030 first round pick. Second. You don't care about that, but how many years are you really getting out of Draymond Green before you're going to need to overhaul that team and move it toward the future?
I think you could get.
If it was me, I would have got rid of Draymond years ago. Right.
Well, let's talk about the other trade. Porzingis to the Celtics, Marcus Smart to the Memphis Grizzlies. I'll start with you, Tony. What do you think of that trade? And which team do you think gets the best of that trade?
Honestly, like Draymond is the glue out there in Golden State, Marcus Smart was the glue in Boston. Especially on the defensive-minded team, he was the guy and well-liked. Now, Porzingis, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he stays on the floor. Let's say he stays up for once. I can't say once because he stayed healthy last year for the most part.
Yeah, he had the best season of his career last year. It was just for the Wizards.
I saw him in person twice. Let's say that trend continues. Well, again, from a Boston perspective, okay, now you got a 7-foot offensive player because you're not getting any defense from him. You're not getting, he ain't crashing them boards. So again, I don't see the move. I thought Brown would have got. I don't see the move. I just don't see the significance of Porzingis and how he changes and makes Boston better. Because if they play, say, a team like the Bucks, Porzingis is a nobody. Because they got a bunch of tall dudes that can defend him.
He does stretch the floor, though, the way Lopez does for the Bucks.
Great. That's special. Boston didn't have a problem stretching the floor. No one thinks they did.
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate the way Boston I hate the way Boston plays basketball because it's strictly live by the three, die by the three.
I don't think they have now granted, Marcus Smart, while being the glue, completely agree with that. I didn't like him as being their primary facilitator, though.
Me neither.
That his decision making with the basketball when he's the primary decision maker is not the best. So I think their issue was having a point guard, and I thought originally they were trying to solve that by bringing Malcolm Brogdon on, but all they did was do the exact same thing and run the same lineup that they ran in the finals and have Marcus Smart make all the decisions. So I don't really know what Boston is doing. If that it was change for the sake of change. That's all it was. It was change for the sake of change.
Now, do you think that Marcus Smart is exactly what Memphis needs? You're talking about you're essentially replacing Dillon Brooks with Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart, who's a leader, somebody who will hold people accountable, and Memphis, who was a very immature team. Yeah.
I think exactly everything you just said is the truth. I think you take Dillon Brooks, who's a clown, and you already there's two clowns that are on the Grizzlies. One of them you can't get rid of. Though. He's the franchise. You know what I'm saying? That's John Morant. He's a clown. Right now he's a clown. I pray he figures out what he needs to figure out. But right now he's a clown, and Dillon Brooks is a clown, but he was an expendable clown. So we can't have two clowns together clowning up the entire locker room. One of these clowns got to go.
Well, Dillon Brooks was a clown on the basketball court. You didn't hear about no dumb shit with him off the basketball court.
No, he's still a clown, man.
He is.
Now, you're right about the off the court thing, but he's so much of a clown. Like you poking LeBron.
Look, bro. I said this.
What's going on?
I said this after Memphis lost, and the Grizzlies said, we're not bringing Dillon Brooks back under no circumstance. I said that Dillon Brooks deserves all that smoke that he got. But he was clearly, but
the identity, and I know y'all would agree with this, especially by y'all being, in tune with the historical context of basketball. You know that the Memphis Grizzlies hung their hat on playing defense and playing tough.
Yeah,
right?
The grindhouse. Yeah.
Tony Allen ain't do a lot of talk. Debo ain't do a lot of talk. Mike Conley ain't do a lot of talking. They went out there and took lunch spells on the court, and you know what I'm saying? They went out there and they went to work, and they let the game and they let the play talk for them. So Dillon Brooks already was that's completely counterintuitive to what you got going on. That's not even the identity that you want to go with. Marcus Smart to me is lunch spell, tenacity, having on the floor, elbowing people. That's what they want. If that's what they want to identify with. Now you got Marcus Smart and you got Steven Adams.
See, Marcus Smart to me fits the mold of that team with Zach Randolph and Tony Allen and Mike Conley. You know, a team full of grown-ups. A team full of grown-ups.
I'm gonna tell you something quietly, right? If I was Memphis, you already know how I feel about what the Memphis Grizzlies should do. I'd have been on the phone with Golden State trying to shift job that direction. And give me Poole, Kuminga, you go ahead and throw in, a couple picks and something else.
You know what? I agree with you, but what Memphis did that surprised me is that they traded Tyus Jones. That surprised me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that surprised me because
I think they probably just thought he was expendable, maybe.
But they kind of played better when he was a starting point guard.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they probably don't see. A lot of times we think that we see these great moves and we wonder why they're doing it. And half the time we're right. But the people who get paid, they don't for some reason they don't see it that way. Like it's been plenty of trades I've called out and been like, man, they're a trade. But for some reason they don't see it that way.
Well, okay, now it's 8:00 and the draft is about to start. We all know who's going first, Victor Wembanyama. I said this on the podcast, Tony, on Monday. And Marcus, I said this when you called me the next day. I would not draft him number one. I'm not poo-pooing on the skill set. I get the skill set. I don't like the body type. 7'5", spaghetti noodle. I can see another Porzingis with Victor Wembanyama, solid player, all-star caliber player, but will have problems with being available because when you 7'5" and you're that frail, 7'5" shit happens to you when it comes to injuries.
One of two things is going to happen with Wembanyama. Either he's going to be that, exactly what you said, glass man, or you never know. That dude might end up, working on his physique and becoming like Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett never gained no weight. Was wiry as hell his whole career, but was old man strong.
Yeah, but Kevin Garnett was 7 inches shorter than him.
Yeah, I'm about to say Kevin Garnett was also 6'10".
Yes, that's the difference.
But you can't. I get that, but you cannot project and say this dude because of the style, because of today's NBA.
This is what I'm gonna say.
He's not going to be required to play only, but so physical.
I understand that.
It's a game of tag out there and the whistle getting blown.
I understand that, but I'm gonna just say this. Name me the player that tall outside of Yao Ming, and we all know why Yao Ming is a Hall of Famer. Name me a player that tall that's a Hall of Famer.
No, not Hall of Famer, but you're not questioning his skill set. You're questioning his durability.
Yes, but that's a part of it.
A number of dudes that was tall like that, and they stuck around in the NBA.
I didn't say stuck around. They're talking about he's the
in terms of health-wise, they were long. They stuck in the NBA for a long time. They're fairly healthy. But Yao Ming didn't have the career that he should have had.
No, he didn't.
He didn't have a career he should have.
No, he didn't.
No.
Because of his size.
The thing is, you're not questioning his skill set. So we're not talking about the Hall of Fame. We're not talking about skill set. You were solely talking about health while you wouldn't draft him.
Right.
And I'm saying to you, what if this dude ends up having a health resume more like Jorge Murtaugh or Sean Bradley or even Manute Bol? They lasted because Mark Eaton, they lasted. It doesn't matter that they didn't have the offensive skills. They held up and they had full NBA careers.
Yeah, you said Mark Eaton, but Mark Eaton was three. But Mark Eaton was 300. Mark Eaton was 300 pounds.
7'5" with that kind of skill set. You can't risk it. You know what I'm saying? You can't let another team get that and he stays healthy.
I mean, no, I get, like I said, this is just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do it because, like I said, that look at Chet Holmgren. Look at Chet Holmgren. He doesn't have an NBA body. Look at Chet Holmgren. He couldn't even make it out of summer league.
If you're San Antonio, let's say San Antonio brings back a photo, and literally you're replicating a Twin Towers dynamic.
That they bring back who?
You have to think, but I understand why Jacob Photo, he's skeptical.
I'm definitely skeptical.
Yeah, I get the skepticism though, because it's like we have just seen a lot of the thing with Sean Bradley also didn't have to play as much as Wembanyama's probably gonna have to play because Sean Bradley was never that guy.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Sean Bradley's career
have to be that guy and they're that tall. Those are the ones that's like,
Sean Bradley's career, the highlight of Sean Bradley's career is that he was on Space Jam. That's it.
Yeah, he didn't play much. You know
No.
I think when he did start, it wasn't very much. He used to play behind. He backed up through like Rachel Prince for a little while.
And would get dunked on every night.
Yeah. You're just talking about a dude with a European skill set.
I get the skill set.
And in the NBA, he's not going to tell you.
I understand the skill set, but I understand the skill set. I understand the skill set.
Who is going to bang him up? One guy. Steve Adams is the only center for real in the Western real center. No, I can't let you do that. Jared Jackson Jr. was literally defensive player of the year. So I can't let you do that. No.
Yes.
Defensive player of the year. I get that, but he's not. No, he bangs. No. These undersized dudes that they call centers, they call it legitimate centers. You know better. I'm talking about on defense. I don't care anything about the threes he takes, but on defense, that man. On defense, but isn't that one of his strong suits too? Defense.
Who? When you 7'5", you can't. When you 7'5", you can't help but to be strong on defense.
Yeah, we talking about somebody that'll bang Wembanyama around. He would have to be guarded by Jared Jackson Jr. or Steven Adams. They'll bang him around.
They will, and he's a spaghetti noodle. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had a back to the basket game. They're talking about this dude with guard footwork, blase. It'll be easy to turn an ankle, sprain a knee, nag after nag. I just gave Holmgren as an example. He didn't make it out of summer league. I would take Brandon Miller. That's just me. I take Brandon Miller.
With the safe but not guaranteed pick either.
None of these picks are guaranteed.
I was going to gamble on a generational.
Let me ask you something.
7-5 with a 3 and handles go. I can't do that. But I guess if we crap out, though, we crap out. But I feel like you gotta roll them dice.
I mean, look, I understand what you guys are saying, but this is why I'm just telling you why I wouldn't do it. That's what I'm just telling you why I wouldn't do it.
Let him be my dirty, grimy big man, and that's it. Like, I literally went roll with it because the dude's skill set is just too different, man.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing the skill set. I'm saying I don't like his body type. I didn't say anything negative about his skill set. I said I don't like his body type. He's too damn small. He's too damn skinny for me.
Look at it this way. Suppose you had a 6'2" point guard coming in the league, but he's only 170 pounds. You're expecting that body type to change once he gets to the pro level. They're going to add some muscle mass, some weight to him, and this, that, and the other. If the dude's skills is there, you got to take.
But look, let me tell you this. Now, if you get the person who built up Giannis's body to get Wembanyama, oh yeah, hell yeah.
But you got close to that because you're talking about the San Antonio Spurs as an organization.
No, I know.
Right? So if he was getting drafted to the Kings.
And the Kings are legit now. Wait a minute, the Kings are legit.
They are a good team, but clearly they don't have the world's greatest player development. Like we can be honest about that. Like De'Aaron Fox was either beast, we'll do that. But a lot of guys that came through and got drafted there. I'm a perfect example. I'm a Duke fan. What's our guy that's on the team? Y'all, I'm drawing a blank.
Who? On the Kings?
On the Kings. I don't even know if he's still there.
I was going to say, I can't think of nobody on the Kings.
His name, man. You ain't talking about buddy, dude. My guy with the pro, man. He did not.
I know who you're talking about. Damn it. I know exactly who you know. He's not on the Kings no more. He used to rap and shit like that too. But that's sad.
I'm gonna give it to you. I found it.
But that's sad. That means if you can't remember his name, that means he didn't pan out.
Yeah, he played, and the crazy thing about it is he played for Duke. So it's definitely crazy.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, not a lot of. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Not a lot of Duke players pan out the way they're supposed to.
Oh no, we can argue that. Somebody think about Davion. No, Marvin Bagley. All right.
Bagley, yes, that's him.
Bagley didn't turn out the way he was supposed to.
No, Bagley didn't. Bagley didn't.
Bagley ain't turned out the way he was supposed to.
Well, let me say that. Well, let me say this about Duke players. At least the Duke players when I was a kid, they never panned out.
You give us a bad rap. There's a lot of Duke players that did very well. UNC is who you should aim that kind of victory on.
I will aim the same. I will aim the same thing at you. Okay, Duke players that have panned out over the last decade: Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum. Kyrie Irving.
Hold on, Jason Tatum.
I said Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum. Who else?
Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum.
Who else? Who else? I said over the last 10 years, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum.
What are you doing? Brandon Ingram. I can't let you do that.
Brandon Ingram. Okay.
More than panning out.
Okay, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram. Who else? I'm sorry, Fat Boy got to stay healthy. RJ Barrett is getting better.
I agree with that. However, we know that he is still, even with them not staying healthy, we can agree he's a top 20 player in the NBA, right? UNC doesn't have a top 20 player in the NBA right now. Not one. Usually, there are people get to UNC players by the time they get to the NBA, they're like Ed Davis, Tyler Hansbrough, he out the league. They're like role players type guys. Every now and again, you'll get the occasional, helpmate spot up 3-point shooter or something like that. But Duke puts out people who actually are carrying team. Brandon Ingram, Kyrie, the people we named.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Montar, France.
With all due respect, I don't like the body type. I would not pick him first, but congratulations. I just wouldn't. I don't like the body type, but congratulations.
Is out capturing this historical moment because he is perhaps the greatest prospect to ever walk across this stage. He heads to San Antonio following in the footsteps of fellow Frenchman Tony Parker, who he idolized growing up.
See, that's where I draw the line. The greatest prospect to possibly ever walk across the draft stage. Come on, bruh.
Brandon, add Grayson Allen to that list.
Man, I'm talking. Come on, I'm not talking about role play people who are just in the league. Come on, man. Grayson Allen is. I swear to God, I wish Grayson Allen played in the 90s and early 2000s. Somebody would have been punched him in the face. Yeah, but that remains to be. No, he's not a role player, but that remains to be seen. He averaged. I mean, okay. Can I see it over time?
That's true. I'll give you that. But
just same thing with RJ Barrett. Now, I just thought about them. Who is your college? I'm UVA.
UVA. Well, nah, I like Cal guy.
You like? Oh yeah. But you know what? The only person who's really panned out from that championship team is DeAndre Hunter, and he got to stay healthy. He got to stay healthy.
Yeah, y'all got some solid guys though, but I don't expect huge NBA talent from UVA. That's not knocking y'all.
No, I don't take that as a knock because we don't send folks to. We don't have stars really that come from UVA. Right. We really don't.
Y'all have a great system. I'm not gonna say good, but y'all have a great system.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, when UVA players get to the league, they know how to play. You know what I'm saying? They'll stick around for a decade. You know, they will. Like Ty Jerome, Kyle Guy, Diakite, who plays on Milwaukee, DeAndre. No, they'll send folks that'll play.
So just to have something to talk about while they're trying to figure out Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
So your Duke guys, NBA of note. But I'm gonna give you the 5 best. Johnny Dawkins. This is not the 5 best. This is of note. Mike Kaminsky, Luol Deng, Elton Brand, Carlos Boozer, Bob Berger, and then the 5, Shane Battier. How about that guy? Christian Laettner.
Man, Christian Laettner didn't pass.
Christian Laettner was off.
Man, Christian Laettner did not belong on the Dream Team.
Kyrie and who is the number 8? Grant Hill. You skipped all of them. Grant Hill is number 1. Yeah, Grant Hill is absolutely number 1. In my opinion.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Okay, pure talent. Okay, pure talent. Okay, pure talent. Okay, on pure talent. Okay, all right. But Grant Hill also did something that a lot of these people don't do no more. He played all 4. Grant Hill did something that a lot of people don't do anymore. He played all 4 years. Yeah. And I salute people who do that. Well, look. I started keeping up with.
This overall thing, it's a lot of dudes, right? Zion, Benjamin Barrett, Jalen Johnson, Tyus, Mason Plumlee,
Clubfoot.
Justice Winslow.
So wait a minute. So are we really going the Duke, North Carolina, who put out the best basketball players comparison?
I only did that because you were trying to kill us.
No, I wasn't.
Like really bad.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't trying to kill y'all. I'm just saying, but how many people did not pan out? I'm not gonna say bust because that's a strong word to use.
This is what I'll say about Duke in terms of the dudes that they spit out initially when they first came out and when it came to NBA. All these dudes seemingly had the higher ceiling. For whatever reason, they didn't pan out, but they had the higher ceiling on paper.
Hey man, all you got to say is Michael Jordan, and you can drop the mic.
Well, I mean, you can do that with pretty much any college. Like, just say Mike.
I mean, come on now. Michael Jordan, James Worthy, Jerry Stackhouse, Sam Perkins, Bob McAdoo.
Like over time. I would submit, okay, outside of Mike, you could field a Duke team of really good players that could compete and beat that North Carolina team.
Oh, I'm not going. I wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't say just Mike by himself. I would have to throw James Worthy in there.
Mike, James Worthy, Vince Carter.
Yeah.
No, because for James Worthy, who else you talking about? For James Worthy,
Antoine Jameson.
So I'm fine with that.
I would take James Worthy over Grant Hill. You can call me Laker bias or whatever. You can. I mean, you can. Okay, so all right, but so okay, all right. So for Grant Hill, okay, so you say for Grant Hill, so can you say Grant Hill over Vince Carter convincingly?
Absolutely.
Prime, both of them in their prime. You can say Grant Hill over Vince Carter. No.
I'm
not talking about over the course of his career. Yeah. Then prime Vince Carter. I don't know about that.
Vince Carter wasn't better than his cousin in his prime. Tracy McGrady in his prime was better than Vince Carter. I agree with that.
I agree with that too. I agree with that. So up second pick. Imagine if Grant could got on the floor with Tracy McGrady. Brandon Miller gets picked number 2. Brandon Miller gets picked number 2 by the Charlotte Hornets. This was Michael Jordan's last move as the owner, picking Brandon Miller. Quick question. Now we're doing, since we've done Fantasy League, and I love that talk. How do you guys feel about Michael Jordan selling the team?
I mean, I heard he lost. I'm gonna oversimplify the shit out of this, but I heard he lost the bet. Kind of like basically it was like the dude he ended up selling it to. I heard a rumor, Brian. This is like from some people who do podcasts related to investment and money and stuff like that. And they were saying that basically it was like a stock that went wrong or something like that, but it was essentially a gamble. And he crashed out in it. So he's gonna get the back end from this, but that team would have made more money, if he was to hold on to the state. I don't know how true that is. It might be butt crack sports, but so it sounded like it was an element of validity to it, especially with Mike's history of gambling. So I don't know.
Well, Mike did walk away with $3 billion.
He did, but I think they were saying something along the lines of some of I think the way that broke down or whatever, I think he would have been projected to make a little bit more. So I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to, get out of it and didn't want, to take control anymore, or maybe there was an element of truth to the stock situation. But I think it was some billionaires doing stuff that only billionaires understand. And
you're right. Well, let me say something about Brandon Miller. And I just heard about this morning. I was watching Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, and I wake up every morning before I go to work. I turn them on. And they were saying they had just Brandon Miller had just did an interview. I want to say this was yesterday or something like that. And they said they asked him about, they indirectly asked him of who do you think the GOAT is. They were talking about, Jordan or LeBron. And they said, well, we're not going to ask that question because so many people ask that question about who's the GOAT, Jordan or LeBron. And Brandon Miller countered and said, I mean, they're both great players, but my GOAT is Paul George. And for whatever reason, Max Kellerman had a problem with that. This is what irritates me about mainstream media. It's his opinion. That's it. When I was watching it this morning, I was like, you really have a problem because this kid said, in his opinion, Paul George. I mean, look, I don't agree personally, but I don't think Jordan or LeBron is the GOAT to me either. But that's just my opinion. Does that irritate y'all that if you don't see things the way everybody else is supposed to, that now all of a sudden something is wrong with you per se?
No. I care less. Again, politics. We had a whole damn near half a country that don't agree with the other half. So who gives a fuck? He could have said anybody.
I mean, if he said his
choice to say that, and so I mean, Kellerman, and you gonna invoke Max Kellerman of all people?
Hey, I fuck with Max because I'm a boxing guy.
Yeah, but Max is one of them dudes. He don't take the dissenting opinion just to have something to go back and forth with you about.
Well, like I said, my GOAT is not Jordan or LeBron. Tony, I know you're a Bulls fan. Jordan is a GOAT for you. Marcus, you are LeBron, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm just saying, for me, it's Magic. So, just saying. So, there you go.
You're saying Magic is like the GOAT of
That's my opinion, man. That's my opinion.
You look at Magic, and I would argue a point for Magic too, but he's playing on a semi-stacked team, so in some respects, his full complement got overshadowed. So you'll never know the ceiling of Magic. You saw flashes when Kareem was out, but would that have been sustainable over a career? We'll never
know because his career ended prematurely because of the HIV. I mean, his last season, he had just taken the Lakers without Kareem to the finals, a banged up Laker team to the finals. So now when you say he played on a stacked team, this isn't today's NBA where free agency is really prominent and teams or players linking wanting to play together to form super teams. The Lakers drafted well. I mean, Kareem had been there 5 years before Magic got there. They drafted Worthy. They drafted A.C. Green, Byron Scott, Michael Cooper. So this stacked team was put together the way the Warriors were put together, the way the Spurs of Duncan Parker and Ginobili were put together, and David Robinson, because he was drafted there too. So, yes, to me.
This way, and to summarize LeBron Jordan argument, Michael Jordan, LeBron James is going to go down as the greatest statistical basketball player
right.
that have ever played the game. Statistically, he's going to go down there, and that's what people are going to say. He's the greatest statistical basketball player ever. But if you have under a minute in a game, you're never going to take him over 23. You ain't going to take him likely over Kobe.
No, you're not.
You're probably not going to take him over Magic. You know, there's a number of guys that you're going to take simply because they were better basketball players in totality.
Oh, all right, Marcus. Floor is yours, buddy. Floor is yours, buddy.
This debate is like, should guys pay all the damn bills? But anyway, this is my take on it first. I'll take my take and then I'll say why I have my take. First off, I'll say I don't think how you get your stack team matters. I'll say that first and foremost. If the organization builds it, then kudos to them. They're a great organization. Hold on, let me do this.
Scoot Henderson. Portland drafted Scoot Henderson.
There we go. We got Scoot. Figured they would. But yeah, like I was saying, I think if the organization can build you a stack team, then cool. But if not, I have no problem with the disruption that took place with LeBron James of saying we're going to take some of this into our hands and we'll try to help you guys build the team. However the team gets assembled, I personally don't care about that. I just want to see the game and y'all gel. You can throw together a bunch of big names, whether you're the organization or your friends. You can throw together a bunch of big names. You can still end up not winning.
Right.
It's Brooklyn Nets, right?
Brooklyn Nets, and it could be the Phoenix Suns this year.
Right.
I mean, honestly, look at my Lakers from 2004 and 2012. You bring Peyton and Malone, 2004. You bring Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. That didn't work.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can throw people together and it not work. But here's my take on the go debate. I think when you're talking about who had the greatest impact on the game of basketball, I can't take that away from Michael Jordan at all. Like, there's never going to be that because the league, the NBA has its life, right? It has a lifespan. It has its story. It has its journey. And what Michael Jordan did can't be replicated because of the timing in which he did it. The NBA was declining.
I would not that question, that statement right there, Marcus. I'll push back on you on that, but go ahead, finish.
Well, it was declining when Bird and Magic.
And there you go. They saved the NBA, not Jordan.
No, I wasn't saying that it was declining before Mike. I'm not saying that. It was declining before Bird and Magic.
Yeah.
And his storylines became a thing. Like really having that storyline is something and like a kind of an agenda to push. And you got David Stern with the backing and things like that. And then when Mike came and like it just took off. There's nothing like the shoe contract, all of that. There's nothing that cannot be replicated. It's already been done. The disruption that he created has already been done. A similar disruption is the disruption of LeBron with the way that he approached free agency and the way that they put together the Miami Heat. Nobody else is probably going to impact the business aspect of basketball in the way that LeBron did because it didn't need to be done up until that point, and it doesn't need to be done now because LeBron has created that disruption. It was followed up with Kevin Durant. It's been followed up with James Harden, a couple other players.
Well,
some of that has had some negative, but some of it has some negative. But either way, the players having that control, that's the business disruption that I would equate to like some of the impact that Michael Jordan had. So Michael Jordan has the greatest impact of a player. However, I think that LeBron is the best all-around skilled basketball player to exist. And that is evident in the statistics that he was able to set in rebounds, assists, points, all of that. I don't care about people saying it's a longevity record because nobody else has been able to even be as healthy as LeBron has for as long as he has. There's nothing to poo-poo there. You have to have a disciplined diet. You got to be damn near a ninja to accomplish the longevity and to play at as high of a level as LeBron James plays currently.
Or have that good dope.
You got to take nights off,
Or have that good dope.
No, I'm not doing that. I can't. I am. Because at the end of the players that, and you're welcome to that. But you're right. There are so many players that do the same thing, and they weekend salt, play 82. You get paid 82, play 82. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But either way, to still play at the level that he's playing out, it's soon to be 21 years, is incredible. No other player was able to replicate that.
I'm not gonna.
And to that point, Michael Jordan took entire fucking seasons though. So if you really want to go there, Michael Jordan, retirement is not taking a season off, bro. Retirement. Your body is not taking a season off. Nowhere. I'm not gonna get into that kind of argument. I am gonna let you know though that it's still years that your body doesn't have to run up and down the court to get back. So either way, Michael Jordan, he played less years, and on top of that, he had gaps in between his runs and things like that. It happened. It is what it is.
Meanwhile, Magic Johnson spent 90%.
I'm not even trying to discredit Michael Jordan in me saying that. I'm literally stating a fact.
Meanwhile, and I'm going to say another fact, Magic Johnson played 90% of his career in the NBA Finals. Now, before we can continue this conversation, but I do want to address Scoot Henderson being taken by the Portland Trailblazers. All we hear, and we've heard this for the last 3 years now, Damian Lillard. Should he stay? Should he go? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think is going to happen? Because Scoot Henderson and Damian Lillard are the same size. What do you?
I thought they were going to trade it. I thought they were going to trade that bit. As soon as I saw Brandon Miller get 2, I thought Portland was going to move out of that 3 spot.
Well, what do you think Portland should do? Marcus, I'll start with you. What do you think Dame is going to do as far as wanting to stay? And should he want to go? I know you're a Miami Heat fan. Where do you think that Damian Lillard should go? Hint, hint.
If he goes, I need him on the Heat. Absolutely. I need him on the Miami Heat. Don't look nowhere else. Don't do nothing. Don't stop. Don't pass. Don't collect $1. I think Dame is probably too loyal, and unless the organization felt that it was the best thing to do to get rid of him, Damian Lillard's not walking in the office and saying I want to trade. I've even heard him on forums that have nothing to do with sports, like where he was allowed to light up a blunt and talk his real stuff. Like, then he's main too loyal. He will stay if they don't trade.
And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. And y'all know I love Stephen A. Smith, even though Tony, I know you don't. But I blame a lot of that on Stephen A. Smith because we are in this culture society now of everything has to be in a big market. Now, Tony, I know you remember. Marcus, I know you remember. There was a point in time in the NBA, and the not too far away NBA, where Portland was a powerhouse. But now all you hear is nobody wants to go to Portland. Nobody wants to go to Portland. That gets on my nerves because everything, like, if everything has to go to a major market, what the hell is the point of having Portland, Indiana, Utah, New Orleans, blah, 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 blah. If Damian Lillard wants to stay in Portland, that's his prerogative. He's built a life there, and I don't see anything wrong with him wanting to complete that. Now, should he get traded? Should he go to Miami? Who are you going to give? Are you going to give up Bam Adebayo for him?
Man, we probably mess around and give up. If I got something to say about it, if I'm the GM and I'm making that deal, Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And I only say I like Tyler. I only say Tyler because we have to give him something that's worth.
No, absolutely. Tyler would have to go.
Yeah. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and then probably one of them free agent dudes. One of not free agent. One of them non-drafted dudes.
Like Caleb Martin or Gabe Vincent. I'd give them both up. I'd give them both up.
Or one of them dudes. And then some picks.
I would give them Martin and Vincent and Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson and picks because Miami has. No, I'm serious. The reason why I say that is because Miami is the one consistent team that seems to hit on every undrafted player they sign.
I agree with all of that. I think to your small market point too, I think that's even bigger than the NBA. I think it's just we in a society now where people are like just leaving anything that ain't big market.
Yeah, and that gets on my damn nerves.
You want the scenery, they want all that stuff. And that's what I like about Giannis because Milwaukee is technically a small market team, and they built something there, and all those guys are riding that out and sticking with it. But when it comes to a place that ain't winning, or game is cool and all, but I don't think he got the following of a bunch of people that want to flock there to play with him. They're not going to come to Portland for that. It's like your Utahs, your Portland, your Oklahoma City. Like those teams are going to suffer because
no, hold up. Now wait a minute. Now Oklahoma City has had more Hall of Famers than a motherfucker to have never won a championship. They didn't draft all of them. They didn't draft Melo.
Nobody lined up to really go to Oklahoma. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They never had a major free agent.
No, I get it. No, I get it. I know they drafted Durant, Westbrook, and Harden, but they didn't draft Melo. They didn't draft Paul George.
Melo, I don't count because Melo was absolutely on the down.
Okay, but they didn't draft Paul George.
He didn't have much to say about where he went. Paul George got traded, right?
Right, he got traded, but they got Oladipo. No, I got you. No, but remember, Paul George got traded, but then he signed a free agent contract to stay there.
Yeah, he was already there, though. That's a little different. If he was there and liked it. I'm talking about a person who can choose. I can literally 9 times out of 10, I can choose 5 people. 9 times out of 10, the superstar ain't going. They're not going to the place. They're not. So the superstars are always going to choose the big market because they're saying to make money. They want more money. Yep.
Well, that's that's why.
The All-Star may very well go to Utah or may go to Denver or because Denver falls in that kind of San Antonio, places like that.
Well, one thing I can say that I have. Well, one thing I can say that I have definitely enjoyed. You look at the last few NBA champions. You just had Denver. They're not major market for basketball. You look at Milwaukee. I like seeing that. I'm just saying I like seeing that.
But you know what can happen in places like that, and you'll see this with Denver. What can happen is if you are an all-star, you don't have to be a superstar. If you're an all-star, you will go to a place like that, become the face of the franchise, and you will make up that money because the fan base is so loyal. Yeah, 20 million commercials and everything else, and commercials we'll never see unless we tune in the San Antonio TV. But when you watch the NBA TV and the broadcast, just so happens to be that market.
And by the way, Amin Thompson was drafted by the Houston Rockets. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could give 2 shits about the draft now. I just wanted to see what was going to happen between Scoot Henderson and Brandon Miller. But Amin Thompson was drafted by the Houston Rockets.
By the way, while I was sitting here, because I already knew part of it, I just wanted to double check on something. LeBron James played 1 season of 82 games, just one. So he can have all that longevity and Iron Man shit. He played 1 season. Kobe played 4 in his whole career. 4. Just 4. Michael Jordan played 9 seasons.
How many did Magic Johnson play, goddammit? How many did Magic play?
And then from 1995 to 98, he didn't miss 1 game.
I do know that.
But Magic Johnson, we know Magic played pretty much every game.
Every game.
And Riley wasn't load managing nobody.
Man, load management wasn't a thing until Greg Popovich came around. And I love Popovich as a coach. But he started this horrible trend of NBA basketball. Now, Marcus, I know you are a fan of evolution. I don't discount that.
I'm not a fan of load management per se.
Okay, thank you. Because evolution has turned into problems with availability, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not good with that. LeBron, I got it for him. It's a bad rap. I got it for him. I don't think LeBron, a lot of the games LeBron sat out won't just deal. You don't really see it. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Because Jordan did actually have injuries to our game too. But Jordan is tied with Wilt. Him and Wilt are the height. 9 times each.
Yeah.
They both played 82 games. Then Kareem at 5 times. Then Kobe at 4. Hakeem Olajuwon at 4. Larry Bird 3 times. Tim Duncan 3
Magic
times.
never played an 82-game season.
Magic never played 82 games. Magic Johnson, believe it or not, never played 82
Yeah, but 80 games, 77, 79, 79, 77, 79, 78. Come on now. I mean, but I'm just saying, come on now. Magic may have never played 82 games, but most of his career, if he missed a game in the season, was maybe like 3 games a season. Come on now. 3-4 games a year.
don't think durability plays. Personally, I'll say durability not didn't take seasons off. Durability is like that's like at the bottom of my goal criteria. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want him for that, but I don't. That's not factoring into my personal go debate. If it factors into yours, I'm not going your opinion. Oh no.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. That's the beautiful thing about it, because it's all of our opinion. We could sit in a barbershop and talk about this for 8 hours. And still would never agree, and we would all make valid points of why we think our person is the best.
Yeah, because I look at when you say take seasons off, I look at Muhammad Ali took seasons off. He was away from boxing, and then he came back. Well, he got suspended, and then he came back. Well, that was time he didn't have to take punishment in the ring, but arguably he's still considered, if not the greatest by some people, definitely top 3. Yeah, I don't devalue Michael Jordan's GOAT case because he took the seasons off. If a person wants to devalue LeBron for load management, however, I'm going to point you to the fact that this man had an entire 365 days where his body didn't have to take punishment, whereas LeBron, even if you want to say he load managed, hypothetically, like I said, I think that's overblown. But even if I go with that, I humor you on that. That's still that punishment that he took probably 2 days later that Michael Jordan didn't have to take. So I don't value your GOAT case, but if you're going to introduce that, you can't be contradictory on the other side and say, well, no, I'm not a game. That don't make sense. I'm not going to be contradicting on the other side because, as I said, retiring versus literally just sitting there on the bench. Retiring is worse than taking a game off. You're retired. And people retire.
I done started some shit.
Magic Johnson retired and unretired. Anybody accused him of taking seasons?
Whoa. Okay. See, now.
I'm not retired for the reason. He didn't retire. Magic Johnson didn't go to somebody and say, I'm retiring because my body needs to heal. You hung up on me saying, I think you hung up on, like, somebody saying he took the season off. Either way, what I'm saying is, factually, the outcome. I'm talking about the result here. Just stick with me on the result and the outcome. Okay. The outcome of load management would be you're supposed to play
Asar Thompson, drafted by the Detroit Pistons.
In the course of like 5 or 6 months, right? That's factual. Stay with me here. You're actually supposed to play about 82 games, right? Yep. You know what I'm saying? All right. You're playing. Right. Now that's what you're going ahead. I want to point out my point.
Hold on, Tony. Let him make his point. Tony, let him make his point.
Right. You're going to stand on you being right. I'm asking you. No, this is not about Jordan. But go ahead. This ain't about Mike at all, but go ahead. I'm asking you, if you're supposed to play 82 games in a season, that would still be in that time span. Your body is going to run up and down the court. Say if you load manage, I don't know, say you load manage 12 of them. You still play 70 games within that span, right? Actually, are you with me so far? Right. Okay. If for whatever reason, you can call it retirement, you can call it taking a game off. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the outcome, not the reason. I don't give a damn about why he did it. During that span, however, he took no punishment, right? No. He was playing baseball. How? What? He was playing baseball. He was playing another sport. Okay. He was playing another sport. That's like saying Deion, that's like saying once Deion and Bo Jackson stepped off the football field, they took no punishment because they was playing baseball. That doesn't make any sense, man, and I'm going to tell you why. Because people play baseball way longer and get paid a lot more and have guaranteed contracts specifically because your body is not at that much risk as it would be playing basketball or football.
That's true. That's true. Hold on. Now, while we talk about durability, and Magic Johnson never played an 82-game season. You know why? Because even with those seasons where he missed 2 or 3 games, he was playing 100 games every year. Just sleep on it. I just said I said he spent 90% of his career in the finals. Neither one of MJ or LBJ can fuck with that.
Yeah, man. Hey, when people I've noticed, that's why I said that debate to me goes nowhere. It goes in circles. Because if a person wants to believe that LeBron is the best, they're gonna stick with LeBron. If a person wants to believe Mike is the best,
yeah.
Come up with all the reasons, and they're gonna state the facts and spin it in a way that benefits them. Now we're talking about taking off a season, or retiring for a season, whatever word you want to use for it, and going and playing baseball would be the equivalent of going and getting banged around What is it? These sports, what's the not for football life? And listen to Bo Jackson talk about why he is no physical activity. That's not what I said. But what I think you got to Bo Jackson did it, and he said he should have just played football.
Man, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Now, all I'm gonna say is that's a person playing two sports, man. That's all I'm gonna say is all I'm gonna say is
I'm a genius.
Smith and LeBronika's jock strap. Can you give it back? Hold on. Hey, because respect. Hey, listen to me right now. We're gonna keep it down. I don't like no jock strap. Okay.
Asar Thompson got drafted by the Pistons.
Don't do that. Well, it is my opinion. It is my opinion.
Anthony Black from Arkansas goes to the Orlando Magic. I am a genius because I have Cowboy fans on here arguing. I'm a genius.
I stated the fact. Now you going to Smith and Johnson. Give me a minute. Give me 2 minutes. Whatever. Give me LeBron. Give me Mike. Give me Larry Bird. Give me Magic. Give me Kobe Dean Bryant. You can leave LeBron over there. If he come off the bench, all I'm gonna do is put J.J. Barrera on the floor and say, "Game over."
What?
And when a person go to insult, that's how you know you got their ass on the point. They don't know what they're talking about too. So that's how you know.
So who just went next in this draft? I got Cowboy fans arguing. I'm a genius, and it's live too. I'm a genius. Anthony Black went to the Orlando Magic after a.
I never do that. So there's that. I'm not one of the people that literally make it personal and all this other stuff. I can tell, man. I can hear sometimes I get a little personal with him because he get personal with the Cowboys stuff.
Oh, really?
Broncos are sorry as hell, you know.
That's right. Yes, attack me, fellas. Attack me. You guys bond and make up by attacking me. Go ahead, do it. Because I'm a. Hold on, what'd you say, Marcus?
I'm not here to attack you. Y'all had a tough enough season with your boy Russell.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. I have not talked trash at all this offseason about my Broncos because I just have to see it. Because Russell Wilson, man, you know, my Aunt Lisa is friends with his mother. I damn near was ready to say something to his mama. I see what you're looking at. He need to do something. Hey, Anthony Black. Well, I mean, Anthony Black. But I do remember seeing that dude hoop during the tournament. He can ball. I mean, I think he'll be a good compliment with Banchero and Orlando. But Marcus, no, the last 7 ever since we won the Super Bowl in 2015, it's been tough sledding as a Bronco fan. But you know what? I will still talk shit about the Cowboys and won't hesitate. Hold on, timeout. How you mean I don't prosper? And I said when we won a Super Bowl in 2015. When the last time y'all did that? Say it again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
They ain't got just Banchero. Wendell Carter's still there, and they got Franz Wagner. So yeah, they needed some small guys.
No, Orlando is quietly building a little team, and they got whatchamajigga, what's his name? The old number 1 overall pick who forgot how to shoot. Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, Mr. Yips.
Yeah, but you know what? Ever since he's been with Orlando, he's been balling. Yeah, and Orlando gave him a decent contract because when he got with Orlando, he's been balling with them. Philadelphia, that's still one of the dumbest moves ever when you could have had Jason Tatum. You picked him over Jason Tatum. When you could have had Tatum, Ben Simmons, and Embiid. Say what?
Is Ben Simmons going to ever average 10 points a game?
Bro, Ben Simmons is, I mean, and this is what pisses me off about him. I was such a Ben Simmons fan. To me, he was like a shutdown cornerback in basketball.
I'm glad one of us was.
No, I mean, I'm talking about as far as his over. Now, I was never a fan of the fact that he never took shooting seriously. I mean, you do have to score to win basketball games. But Ben Simmons, to me, Ben Simmons has turned into a joke for me, to be honest with you. He's turned into a joke. It's turned into a joke. If I was the owner of the Nets and the 76ers, I would file a lawsuit against that dude. I would want my money back. I'm being real. I'm being.
I didn't like his mentality in college when it seemed like he didn't really care about that. And granted, a lot of people would kind of minimize that and say that's not that big of a deal.
But you know why? Because that's what people
kind of want to win. Period. And I didn't really get that from him. So coming into the league, I never was big on.
But see now in college, but now people don't care about that now in college. You can do that now in college.
I don't think that you should.
I don't think you should either.
Right.
I don't think you should either. Like,
get in trouble. I think a lot of teams get in trouble when they don't think about
like when Zion blew out the shoe. Like when Zion blew out the shoe, everybody was saying, "Don't play no more." Why? You're a basketball player.
And he wanted to play.
Yeah, I know he wanted to play, but but he don't want to play now because he's dealing with porno chicks. He don't want to play now. And that brings me, but honestly, that brings me to my next question. I'm glad we brought it up. Zion, would you trade Marcus? I'll start with you first. Would you trade Zion? Ah, we are on the same page. We are on the same page.
Yeah, and honestly, I would have traded him before the porn stuff, but I would definitely trade him now because now I know what you're doing instead of rehab.
Exactly.
And he came out and he said after his injury that he was fully healthy, but he said
he didn't feel like Zion.
And we come out and find this crap out. Nah, you gotta go, dog.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Right. Tony, would you trade Zion?
Right about now, I would trade Zion for a second-round pick, a bag of pork skins.
No, you can't do the bag of pork skins. Zion will grab him and eat him on his way to his next team.
Yeah, I know that you eating and having sex, man. You gotta go. This is the lifestyle you want. I trade on thebangbrothers.com.
I mean, for real, like.
Start over there and be with your girl.
Yeah, like, bruh. I mean, yo, Marcus, let me tell you something. I wish you had heard the podcast. Me and Sean, when me and Sean was talking about that, when he right before the playing game, doing a dunk show in the layup line, but then goes and sits his ass down talking about some. No, I don't feel like Zion, but you can put on an acrobatic dunk show, but you can't ride out there with your team, man. Hell no. You have to go and then to come out. Yeah, like you said, you see what he's doing now instead of rehabbing. And for one, I'd also trade him for me. If I was a black owner there, I would trade him for stupidity. Who tries to move their side chick closer to their main chick?
You saw the picture I posted.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Tell me why. Did you read her tweet? Tell me why she like you promised to get me birthday. He was giving her like
$100,000 a month. And how you let your side piece dictate the cash? How do you let your side chick dictate the cash?
Well, I don't know what these dudes be thinking, man. She won't continue to coach.
Hey, and Marcus, I don't know if you saw it because Tony did put that picture because we're all in the same chat. These new niggas, I'm sorry. Like something they are new kind of dumb. Like, I don't get it. And I mean, because I would trade Zion quickly, but I want to know who's gonna be the dance partner because somebody gonna trade for him. But his stock is dropped. So the Knicks maybe could get him on some heist type shit. They may not have to give up RJ Barrett, Randall, or Brunson.
Man, I would have never thought that this man's career could potentially be derailed
I
by there's gonna be injuries and all this other stuff. And then it's like,
hey, who?
You know what? It's not good. It's the big picture. It'll be derailed if he don't get his head together and get on the court. As long as he gets on the court, and ain't going to jail off the court, they don't care. These dudes been dealing with these chicks and hookers and all that for years. And some of it, it's been that way for years.
It's gonna be Me Too. It's gonna be Me Too movement chicks.
And she's not gonna mess up his career with these tweets and all this other stuff. It's bad publicity, but she's not gonna mess up his career. Only he's gonna mess that up.
Well, you know what? Exactly. It won't mess up his career as long as he get on the court and play. It's gonna be Me Too movement chicks at the New Orleans Pelicans games.
Man, just you get on the court and you play and you produce. They
Well, from what I've heard, his teammates is done with him. Like when for real, that dunk line shit, and I'm physically great, but I don't feel like Zion. That CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, they like, nah, you a clown.
Those guys are dogs.
Yeah.
They don't deal with those.
No. And I mean, and it's and I will never knock Zion's game outside the fact that he doesn't keep himself in shape. When he's on the court, he's spectacular. New Orleans was number 1 in the West the first part of the season when he was playing. And I mean, you miss 50 some odd games for a hammy? For a hamstring. No. It's because of your porn. It's because of your outside the court. Like, come on, bro. We didn't miss a couple of draft picks talking about Zion Williamson. God damn it. Okay, the Washington Wizards drafted Jarris Walker from Houston. No, now that guy can play. I did. Houston was pretty much number 1 all year. Them in Alabama. I don't know what's going on with these dudes with these Raggedy Ann hairdos that these guys rock now. Whatever.
That's what I was talking about. The previous dude. What's up with that?
Yeah, and they had his little brother sitting next to him with his. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. Certain hairdos ain't for everybody. Yeah, the Raggedy Andy hairdo. I don't. Certain hairstyles ain't for everybody. Hey Marcus, man, you should have been on here for when we did the NFL joint, man. We were so judgmental of every player. we were.
I just chalk it up to a new generation.
Bruh, when I saw one of them football players wearing pearls, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. Damn, I know I must be getting old when I'm now looking at the players' mamas. And oh, she all right. Exactly. Right.
You know something strange about his choice?
Yo, legends.
Something I know about Mariah Mills that y'all probably don't know.
What?
She refuses to do black men in her porn.
Really?
She has never done a black man in no porn. It's always white boys. She refuses.
Wow. I mean, I don't watch her porn, so I wouldn't know.
I don't either, but I've seen her, and it's all like one of his game chicks would build her body, basically. You know what I mean? Because all of it's synthetic. She ain't even that cute. Like, I don't know why.
She's really not that cute. Just a bunch of TNA.
He ain't never been around the scene before, but the whole point is she won't keep her reasoning is not doing black is because the black on black you get paid less, so you know.
Are you mean to tell me that they're devaluing us even sexually?
Yeah.
That is all wrong. That is all wrong right there.
Yep.
I mean, really?
What ends up happening, like with a female black actress, the white boys bring in and they run through it, and then they send her down to the actual to the black porn.
So you mean to tell me we're now devaluing black penis?
You know, significant, and it don't happen too much with black actors.
We are actually.
White girls is the same. It doesn't matter. It never changes.
Yes, homie. The 2023 draft is happening. Let me give you. I'm sorry, I got a viewer who's asking me about the draft. Let me give you a roundup of what the drafts look like. You know, Wembanyama went first to the Spurs. Brandon Miller went to the Hornets. Scoot Henderson went to the Trailblazers. Amin Thompson went to the Rockets. Azar Thompson went to the Pistons. Anthony Black went to Orlando. Good compliment to Banchero. Bilal Cullaby went to the Pacers. And Jarris Walker just went to the Washington Wizards. Yeah. So that's the draft. But I just found something fascinating that we are now devaluing black men in porn. I mean, of any place where our stock should be high because we hung so low. We should be we should be valued way. We should be like Major League Baseball. There should be no salary cap with us when it comes to that. I know that's not how they look at it. Nope.
Think about that. We in the state of Virginia, y'all. What? Go back a couple hundred years. Is that not what they refer to us as?
Yeah, but hey, I would hope that evolution would kick in somewhere.
The Trump era. We ain't involved. What have we involved to?
I'm talking about laying pipe.
Yeah, we ain't involved. we ain't involved. On the one hand, I hear what you say, but on the other hand, there's too many of us that think that they're special, and so they'll go and do that and devalue themselves.
Look, YouTube just told me that I'm a partner of theirs now, so I'm pushing the envelope, and I love it.
Hey, look, Glad TV don't do no different, do we?
Yeah, hell no. Free Boosie.
We was just talking about Glad, so yeah.
Oh, Marcus, how do you feel about Boosie?
He needs to just, be accountable, and I think he was not necessarily the smartest in the way that he was moving, and I think that there should be a level of accountability with that, because you're moving on behalf of your family, you're the breadwinner for a lot of people.
A lot of people
that depend on you.
Yeah.
And for you to be riding around.
What's up, Jay Bucket?
Not clean, doing things that you narrowly died through the lethal injection, man. You narrowly died.
Yeah, barely.
You ain't got a minute doing, and you're supposed to have the money, to be able to put people around you who, if you feel you need to carry weapons, cool. But honestly, if you got that kind of money, I'm not even moving in spaces where I feel like I need to be doing something.
Bingo.
So,
and that's what makes John Morant look like such a dumbass.
You're supposed to be too cautious for that. So, unacceptable.
Jay Bucket, what up, homie? What up, Jay Bucket? Where do I think Brandon Miller should have gone to? Me personally, now you're asking my personal opinion, and I had to talk with my guys on this earlier. I think Brandon Miller should have been the number one pick. I don't like Victor Wembanyama's body type. I'm not poo-pooing on his skill set. I think his body type is a 7'5" spaghetti noodle. I would have picked Brandon Miller first, but I mean, I hope it works for Wembanyama. I'm not rooting against him. I would be cautious on that. Brandon Miller went second to the Hornets. Scoot Henderson went third to Portland. Amin Thompson went to Houston. Azar Thompson went to Detroit. Anthony Black went to Orlando. Bilal Calabi went to the Pacers. And Jarris Walker went to the Washington Wizards. The Utah Jazz is up next with the 9th pick. I love how the NBA draft is trying to drag this shit out the way the NFL drags their draft out. But, it is what it is. We were talking about, this is Sports Plus Life, baby. We talk about sports and life. We were actually talking about the Boosie situation, and my man Marcus just made a good point. Got to be accountable. You are the breadwinner for a lot of people. You have to move different. You have to think different. And
the NBA one for you, and then one
yeah.
on that very subject. Matter of fact, I'll do it in reverse. We'll do the sports one first.
Okay.
It's always been that way. Like, literally, you can go through pretty much every sport and question one of them dudes, like, what the entire hell are you doing? You got all this money. What are you doing, Anthony Gonzalez? Or Aaron Gonzalez? Whatever his name.
What you talking about from the Patriots?
Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez.
What are you doing, Ray Cruz? You don't want to pay child support, so you gonna throw your baseball in the truck, kill it, throw it in the truck? What are you doing, Lawrence Phillips? Like, it's just never ending. Never ending with them. It's crazy. With all the people, there's something wrong with them.
And you guys hit that like button too. Hit that like button. And yeah, Aaron Hernandez has some issues for real. Like Aaron, there are a lot of, that's why I look at John Morant and be like, nigga, cut it the fuck out. Aaron Hernandez was about that life.
I think John Morant is stupid. I think Boosie is stupid. I think Aaron Hernandez somebody should have put him like on the front lines for the Marines or something, like, so you can just get that out.
The Utah Jazz have picked Taylor Hendricks from University of Central Florida. He is the number 9 pick for the Utah Jazz. So
that would make sense what just happened. Did you see what they just showed with Wembanyama? They picture him younger, and he was in some kind of Spurs basketball camp. He was wearing a Spurs jersey already.
Dude, the writing was on the wall for the Spurs. You're talking about the French national team, Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, people who are already in that organization.
Technically, Tim Duncan was
Virgin out, yeah. So it was no question to me when the Spurs got the number 1 overall pick who they were going to get, because the connection is already there. He's probably been a Spurs fan his entire life because of Tony Parker. And Boris Diaw.
Look here, y'all. Taylor Hendricks just got drafted.
Uh-huh.
Man, if that's his mama. What the hell ever happened to Luka's mama?
Hey, Luka told his mama, "You stay the fuck out the way."
Yeah,
She said, "Stay on the back burner."
I gotta go on and get, man. Gotta entertain some family real quick.
Hey, man. Hey, yo, Marcus, man, I appreciate it.
You got to be with us for the whole 2. How long is this gonna be?
Let me see the draft. It's still another 2 hours left. But Marcus, I know you told me you had to dip earlier, but Marcus, I'll hit you up on Monday because I need you on the actual podcast where we're gonna be on the microphone. The actual podcast, like the one I sent you the other day.
Let me know.
But man, I appreciate you. This is Marcus's first time on Sports Plus Life. This is only the second time I've done a Sports Plus Life live. Marcus and Tony, I'm glad y'all could finally meet each other. I'm glad y'all debated, got to arguing. That cowboy on cowboy violence is what I like to see. No, I'm just playing. Hey, man, love you, bro. And listen. Don't forget, you know where to come for the fight, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna keep you posted.
Crawford and Spence?
Yeah.
You know.
Cowboy on cowboy. You know Zeke coming back.
Man, who gives a shit? So what? So he can be put at center again? Good for Zeke.
Yeah. He gonna be that lead back.
All right, go ahead. All right, bro. Yeah, you would want Zeke back over Dalvin Cook. That's the type of shit I love from Cowboys.
I'm good on Dalvin Cook. I don't want to overpay. I don't want to overpay. He has miles on his trip too, and I don't want to overpay. We have decent running backs, and if Zeke is coming back at a minimum, yeah, I'll take him back.
Bro, who gives a shit about if Zeke come back to Dallas?
I do.
Y'all not winning a Super Bowl. Y'all not winning the Super Bowl.
Just like this dude on TV care about his Taylor Hendricks care about his pink suit.
Yeah, he do look like a bottle. He do look like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Oh yeah, she could get. Hey mama. Hey, I think I may be his daddy. I need my check. Let me stop. Hey mama, how you doing? And mama out there with that stuff hanging out too.
Looking like Zion want to be baby mama.
No. But hey, look, if I'm a player and I see Zion, I'm gonna tell him stay away from my mama.
Yeah, I don't. Them dudes, man. He where he plays, man. He should have took his ass to a swamp, got one of them old country thick girls, and called his day.
And would have been happy as hell with his hungry ass.
Yeah.
They would have made him that gumbo, that jambalaya every day.
Yeah, it's never going. What do you foresee? What kind of present or even future you see with a porn star?
I mean,
who's actively still a porn star?
She's not a breadwinner. That's why she's a porn.
I mean, the old boy that played for the Arkansas lineman that played for the Texans that married Maya G. Maya G was out the industry. You know, I get that. You know, but this no. You trying to get the porn star pregnant and she ain't even your wife.
Hey man, let me tell you something. There's one song that really needed to be played in Zion Williamson's situation. Don't Save Her from Project Pat. Jay Bucket, Jay Bucket just asked me, what trade do you want to see happen this offseason? Well, let's talk about the trades that we just had. We got Porzingis to Boston, Marcus Smart to Memphis, Chris Paul to Golden State, Jordan Poole to Washington. If there's a trade that I want to see, I would like to see, I can't say necessarily a trade. I would like to see Fred VanVleet become a Laker. I would like to see the Lakers get him. Now that we out the Chris Paul sweepstakes, which I'm actually happy about, I would like to see VanVleet. Dallas traded their pick?
Yeah, they traded Oklahoma. They just moved back to 2 spots. And they, I think I heard them say Bertrand is part of the trade because Dallas is trying to jettison salary.
Okay. Yeah, I would like.
They're trying to get money to sign Kyrie.
Yeah, they're gonna sign Kyrie. But I would like to see Fred VanVleet become a Laker because the notion of Damian Lillard getting traded doesn't move me at all. I could care less if he goes to Miami, New York. I could care less. Philadelphia, I could care less.
Why y'all think Fred VanVleet gonna take peanuts?
Why would he take peanuts?
Why do you think he's gonna take peanuts just to be a Laker?
My man asked me what trade would I like to see happen.
Oh, okay, what you would like.
I said I would like to see Fred. Yeah, I said I would like to see Van Fleet become a Laker.
Yeah. Now, see, here's the trick part, right? Here's the trick part. You were talking about Chris Paul. If they had the money, wouldn't Fred Van Fleet fit in at Milwaukee?
I said Chris Paul should fit in. Should go to Milwaukee.
You said, that's what I'm saying, but that's a done deal. If Milwaukee had the money, was somebody able to get that money? Wouldn't it make sense for them to go after Fred Van Fleet?
It would make sense. Oh, well, I mean, first you got to prioritize. Are you going to get Middleton back? Is Middleton? To me that is right now would be more of a priority. Making sure you re-sign Chris Middleton, who opted for free agency, and the trade that just happened is the Washington Wizards get Bilal Coulibaly, and the Pacers get Jarvis Walker and 2 future second-round picks in 2028, one via Phoenix. I would not look. Jay Bucket, I would like to see Van Fleet be a Laker. Damian Lillard trade rumors don't move me. I think that DeAndre Ayton is going to end up getting traded from Phoenix, and I honestly think they're going to do that because I think they're going to try to make room to bring in James Harden, which people don't realize James Harden lives in Phoenix during the offseason. He went to Arizona State. He's familiar with the area. Outside of basketball, we only associate James Harden with strip clubs. I'm surprised you ain't hear about him with Mariah Mills. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see happen. Now, my man Tony, who was talking about Van Fleet to Milwaukee. Sure. Because to me, Milwaukee doesn't have a true point guard. Drew Holiday can run the offense, but running the offense now, where Drew Holiday could come on here and say, well, sir, you're wrong, is that they got a title out of it. But they had the best player in the series when they met up with the Suns in the finals. Running the offense is not the same as being a point guard. Fred Van Fleet is a point guard. Drew Holiday, who's a damn good player, he's an outstanding player. I think he would be a better 2 guard than running the point. So if you could get Van Fleet to Milwaukee, I don't want to see it because I want him as a Laker. I get it. Any other trades that you would like to see, Tony? Come on, we got to talk to our public, baby.
Honestly, I'd like to try to get something for DeMar. I don't know what.
Now, Tony is a Chicago Bulls fan, so he's talking about he would like to trade DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I'd like either you're gonna. My thing is either you're gonna get something of note for DeMar or blow it up. Go ahead, move Levine for the best trade you can. That Bradley Beal trade Wizards kind of mucked that up with what they took for Beal, and Levine is like slightly above Bill. They're about the same, but mostly, Levine is slightly above statistically. But I would blow it up at this point. So yeah,
Chicago?
Both of them move.
Let me ask you a serious question about Chicago. Is Lonzo Ball ever going to play again? And I'm being serious.
That's the thing. And I'm going to tell you what, him, Zion, Kawhi, all these things, this is what pisses me off about professional sports, and particularly the NBA. How these dudes just not playing and they just collecting money. They just collecting. You should have been able to recoup that money and move on as a team if you want to. If you can't play, I give them 1 season, maybe 2, but enter into 3 seasons and you ain't contributing, then yeah, you should be able to recoup that money. I don't know. All this talk about maybe it was the shoes, so
What, the big baller brand? The big baller brand shoes?
Yeah.
He moved up. No, because he moved.
The shoes might have been the cause of that injury that he has now.
Okay. Going.
So, how do you handle that, Lonzo Ball's people?
Well, remember, Lonzo Ball stopped wearing the big baller brands after his rookie season with the Lakers.
Yeah. So how do you handle that? Do you sue? Do you what? I don't know. But I don't know if he's ever going to play again. But it's amazing to me how important that one card was to that team's overall plans.
I just got enough.
They looked unbeatable, and it wasn't because
Right.
And he did that. And without him, you got no true point guard. You're asking Zach LaVine, who can't create nothing, you know, and you're asking DeMar, who got tunnel vision. You don't have a distributor. You don't have a true distributor.
I just got another question. Going back to the Brandon Miller story, if you think Brandon Miller should go number one, where do you think Wembanyama should have went? I think, honestly, I would have loved to see Wembanyama go to Portland to inject some real life into that franchise as far as Damian Lillard staying, because then you give him a different type of cat with a different type of skill set, whether he's healthy or not. At least you give that fan base and Damian Lillard some type of hope. I would have liked to see him go third to Portland. Even if he had went second to Charlotte, that'd have been a cool tandem with him and LaMelo Ball, since we're talking about the Ball brothers. But yeah, honestly, I would have liked to have seen him go to Portland. But, you know, he's a Spur. He is a San Antonio Spur. And the next pick is in. The Orlando Magic just drafted Jet Howard, the guard from Michigan. And this is Orlando's second pick of the first round. And we're still in the lottery. And that's Orlando's second pick.
Yeah, that was a pick we settled.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, part of the Gucci mix deal.
Oh, okay. Okay. For sure.
I'm going to tell you what, though. They're going to be a handful. Like, in small ball sense.
Who, Orlando?
Be a handful.
Orlando?
It's going to be a handful.
Who, Orlando?
No, Portland.
Oh, yeah, Portland. Yes, definitely.
In small ball sense, they're going to be a handful.
They'll be a handful, but I said this on the podcast on Monday. Sports Plus Life, I do it on Mondays. There's only been one team to truly succeed at small ball. That's Golden State. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I understand. They'll go, I mean, Memphis is still there. They'll go after probably some other size, but, you know, they got to figure out how to get them dudes to coexist together. If they can do that, yeah, they're going to be hard to defend.
Oh, they are going to be hard to defend, but I want to ask.
It's going to be harder now.
I want to ask Jay Bucket a question, because he's asking me these questions. I want to ask Jay Bucket a question. What do you think of the Chris Paul trade, of Chris Paul going to Golden State?
Wait.
What?
This is Juwan Howard's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Juwan Howard's son.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. That's Juwan Howard's son. But yeah, Jay Bucket, I have a question. What do you think of Chris Paul going to the Golden State Warriors? As a matter of fact, anybody who's watching, I want to know, what do you think of Chris Paul getting traded to the Golden State Warriors? You think good move, bad move? How do you think that's going to work? But yes, Jet Howard, that is Juwan's son. He played for his daddy. Is he? Is he that damn big? Yeah, he is. Hey, yo, Orlando is quietly doing some things with their roster. You got Banchero. You went and got Anthony Black from Arkansas. Orlando is slowly making some moves now. And to all the my new audience here in YouTube, this is the page of Brevon Towns. I do a podcast called Sports Plus Life. I have my boys on there, like the one I'm talking to now, Tony, my brother Sean, cousin David, homie Calvin, boy Marcus. This was his first time on the show, who just left the call a few minutes ago. I also do DJ playlists just for fun. And overall, man, I just like to have fun. I like to entertain. I love sports. I love discussing the things that are going on with life. If I need to talk politics about anything, my man Tony is my guy for that. He's very insightful, very knowledgeable. And trust me, next year, when we talk about this election, me and Tony gonna be on. We gonna be on wax a lot. Tony, while we're in between draft picks, give him your stance on politics. What the hell is it? No. That's the fucking Annabelle outfit that she got on.
Politics-wise, don't go to jail. Now, he ain't going to jail. They're going to get him to plead out and just fall out of politics altogether because that documents case is rock solid. That judge, it's so rock solid. That lady judge, is probably not going to be able to help him.
Who you talking about, Trump?
That fast.
I'm coming, Jay Bucket.
You already released all the witnesses, all the discovery, all the evidence you have in the case. You've already given it to the to the defense. You're trying to get a speedy trial because you know you got it in the bag. And part of those things that were released was him on tape. That's how Nixon fell. Like if we was aware, don't get caught on tape saying stuff. And then Trump, idiot, he keeps coming on TV indicting himself.
He does.
It was my right. Presidential act, I could keep whatever I wanted to, and such and such and such. And I had dirty sweat socks mixed in the boxes with the documents that I hadn't got out yet, and blah, 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 blah. So basically, you admitting to the crowd. Because the archive said we need them documents, we need to clear them documents, and then we'll give you your stuff. And you said, no, I'm keeping it. And they had to go get a subpoena, and that's why the FBI raided your place. I don't care what the Republicans say. They went and got a search warrant, and they shouldn't have gotten a search warrant. Because they asked him for it back multiple times, and he said, I'm not giving it back. They only gave part back and lied that he didn't have no more and had more sitting there. And that's all.
Well, I'm about to hit you. I'm about to hit you up on my celly, Tony. But Jay Bucket said about the Chris Paul trade. He said, I don't know how the point guard spot is going to work, but I think that Chris Paul is a true point guard, although Golden State is getting older, and I don't know how the Chris Paul trade made that better. Well, I feel the same way because I don't really know what the hell to make of this trade. I truly don't.
You ain't wrong, and the one thing that people ain't considering with Chris Paul, he ain't gonna be running up and down the court like that.
No, this is me, bro. This is me. Yeah. Go ahead, finish your thought.
Chris Paul too old for that. He ain't gonna be running up and down. He's going to slow their offense down, and he is going to. Chris Paul would be a mass distributor in a half-court offense. They don't play that. That's not their strong suit. And in the big picture, if he slows that game down, he kills their offense.
Yeah, this is real interesting to me. I truly, when I heard that, I thought it was fake news, to be honest with you. Excuse me. At first, I thought it was fake news. I didn't know. Like, I was like, damn, okay. Like, Chris Paul is a warrior. So it just made me think, is Klay Thompson going to go? Is Draymond going to go? I don't know. But Tony, back to your point about that kid mama. Yes, that was an Annabelle dress she had on. That was. I don't know why you let his mama come out the house like that.
The strange thing that might not have been his mama. She was kind of young. Joanne might be, might be his mama.
Nah, man. I'm putting that to black don't crack.
Maybe.
You say Klay has to stay. Well, I think Klay has to stay too. But now you're going to ask Chris Paul to embrace the role. Either him or Klay Thompson is going to have to embrace the role of coming off the bench because Draymond ain't coming back. I don't know, because Draymond is a team guy. I could see him embracing coming off the bench. But I tell you who ain't going to come off the bench, and that's Andrew Wiggins. You can cancel that dream. But if Chris Paul can embrace coming off of the bench, getting less minutes, which would actually be good for him as far as keeping him fresh for the playoffs. Because if you keep Steph, Klay, and Dre together, and Wiggins, which all accounts I think they are, Golden State's going to be back in the running. You gotten Jordan Poole out of there, and the stench of that whole incident with him and Draymond, I think they're going to be back in the running for a title. But I'm just more like this. And this is just from a pure perspective of me talking. If you Chris Paul, let's say Golden State does win the championship. And Tony, I want your opinion on this. Let's say Golden State does win the championship. Can you really like this championship if you're Chris Paul?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's a title,
because it's not the same as Kevin Garnett. I mean, not Kevin Garnett, Durant. I think this Golden State they're older, long kind of. You might as well say it. They long in the tooth now.
I mean, yeah, they are, but they just won it last year.
But it's not the same thing.
Okay,
it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Okay.
Chris Paul is not the best, but like Durant, you arguably one of the best players in the league, top 3 best players in the league, and you joining the best team in the league.
Well, I have my own. I've always had my own opinion on why the Golden State Warriors really went out and got Kevin Durant. And I guess since we're talking about it, I will go out and share it. I will share it now. While I know what has been said in public of Draymond Green saying we don't win those titles without Kevin Durant, and I won't discount that. But I believe that the Golden State Warriors were so pissed off because I believe they feel that the NBA screwed them over in the 2016 finals with the suspension of Draymond from an incident that LeBron started. Let's call it what it is. If you go back and look at that, LeBron James started that whole incident. Draymond Green just took a bite of the apple, and I don't think he took a big bite of the apple. The league intervened when they shouldn't have. I believe Golden State was so pissed off about that. They said, we're going to leave no doubt about us winning a championship for the next few years because we're going to get the best or second best player or third best, LeBron, Steph, KD, however you wanted to put it. But we're going to leave no doubt. The only thing that will be able to stop us is injury. You may never hear that from the Golden State Warriors, but this is what I have always believed, that the Warriors were so spurned by the NBA. They said, fuck it. We're going to get Kevin Durant and add him to a 73-win team. Now, there's no doubt about it that none of you niggas stand a chance. Because think about it. The NBA lost money on the finals those years, the last 2 years of Golden State versus Cleveland. The NBA don't make no money in the 4 or 5 game series. They make money when series go to 6 games or better, when it's 6 or 7 games. They make no money. They were not happy about Kevin Durant going to Golden State. They just couldn't do anything about it because he was a free agent. They couldn't block that the way they blocked Chris Paul to the Lakers in 2011. So that's my opinion on that. But you're right, Tony. Chris Paul would not be the best player on the Golden State Warriors. So, I mean, I guess that could give you some kind of credence if you want a championship. But I'm just more like, to me, it seems like if you can't beat him, join him. But he was traded. He didn't go there via free agency.
That's a huge difference. You don't control where you go. You just get
right. Derek Lively just got drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder. But while I'm saying that about Chris Paul, he didn't control where he went. But we knew he wasn't staying in Washington. We knew that.
Right. Well, that would have been a mutual thing anyway.
Even though I think that Chris Paul does his best work when he's on a team where he's the undisputed top dog. I think that's when he plays his best. Nobody thought Oklahoma City was going to be shit 3 years ago when Chris Paul was there. And they were the number 5 seed in the West. New Orleans, when he's the undisputed top dog, Chris Paul coming to your team has never made your team worse.
Yeah, but you got to understand Washington's perspective. They don't want to be better, which is why
they're
probably not going to re-sign Kuzma. They don't want to be better.
No, Kuzma's hitting the free agency market.
Right. They don't want Chris Paul getting his hands on these young guys, and all of a sudden they become like Oklahoma was. You know what I mean? They don't want that.
No. My man just said Jordan Poole's about to drop 30 a game in Washington. I think you're right. I do. I think Jordan Poole is going to average between 25 and 28 points a game next year because he's going to have the green light. Washington ain't finna be shit next year. I mean, think about it. Washington has gotten rid of all of their best players. They started with Hachimura to us. They just traded Bradley Beal. They just traded Porzingis. Yeah.
And with that NBA mama thing just went downhill. Oh, my God.
And just what?
I said that NBA mama thing just went downhill. It just went downhill.
Why?
His mama looked like she belonged on a $5 bill.
No. Come on, man. Leave that boy mama alone, man. She just got out her trailer park. Leave her alone. Leave her alone, man. But I tell you what.
I am white. I do live in a trailer park with my
Hey man, I give ESPN credit, man. They only have gorgeous ladies up there.
Man, look, no, but come on now. I was talking about that before we even started.
I know we did. Yeah.
No, I understand one, but why would you choose that other?
What? Malika Andrews' sister?
Yeah.
What's wrong with her?
Because she's another one that has some questionable stuff that she says out her mouth. That gives you that feeling that as soon as them cameras is away, or as soon as she stop on ESPN, she gonna be the female Whitlock. She gonna be like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't already heard that about her. That she don't hang around black people at all.
What the other girl that they got rid of? That turned out to be Whitlock. The darker skinned girl used to be on ESPN.
Sage Steele. Yeah.
Yeah, her. Yep. Candace Owens. Yeah, steroid. Candace Owens wannabe.
I already heard that Malika. I already heard that the Andrews girls that they don't hang around black people at all. I mean,
she looked so awkward when she was on there and the DJ had the stuff and she was trying to twerk, and I'm like, what is this? Broken and limping or something. What the hell is that? Watch you guys. I'm going to do my twerk dance. I'm sorry, that was one of them Joe Biden, you ain't black here moments.
This is how we do it in the hood. Toronto is about to make their draft pick. Toronto picks Grady Dick. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Grady Dick from Kansas is going to Canada. He's going to the Toronto Raptors. Hey, he got his shimmering Paru suit on.
Ice, baby.
Hey, he's shimmering, ain't it? He got his shimmering Paru outfit, red disco ball outfit on. Man, I ain't mad at him. Hey, I ain't mad at him. Congratulations, Mr. Dick.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I did not need to hear that. I'm sorry. Oh, forgive me.
That is doing too much. Who thought that was a good idea for you to wear, Mr. Dick?
Hey, he's shimmering right now, man. He said, fuck it. He said he gonna stand out. I ain't mad at him, as long as he can ball. Hey, my man just commented. He said, "What the fuck is that suit?" Oh snap! Oh, that's another thing I need to tell you, YouTube listeners. I'm a clown. I'd like to joke. I like to have fun. I have my serious side, but I am a clown. I am. I ain't gonna deny it. I am. And when your name is Grady Dick and you get up with a disco ball, cherry red jacket on, with a chain that you can barely see because your damn jacket is shining too much. I'm like Method Man and Redman from How High. Get him. I'm sorry, but hey, he just got drafted by the NBA, so salute to you, bro. For real. Salute to you. Oh, man.
I'm telling you now, I'm eating dinner during this draft.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at you, bro.
I don't know what these cats eat for dinner, but I'm about to eat dinner and
I'm
trying to get my appetite back after looking at Mr. Dick's suit.
I'm sorry.
It's just keep on coming.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, look. That's a cultural. What you're watching now is a cultural thing. He got mama and daddy up there. I ain't seen a black player yet that's been drafted, not tonight, that has mama and daddy getting interviewed. That's a cultural thing. And I'm not hating on it. Not at all. I'm just pointing that out. Black daddies, we got to do better. But his daddy should have stopped him from wearing that damn jacket.
jacket, the vest, and the pants.
Man, if that was Roman getting drafted, he had that shit, I'd be like, what the fuck are you wearing? Like, you ain't finna go on national TV wearing this shit. And they're gonna highlight him, and tomorrow, every sports show tomorrow is gonna highlight him just because of that damn jacket.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, I bet you Drake told him to wear that jacket. He going to Toronto. Bro, your night clothes on.
Still, you sound like you're in tears.
What'd you say?
You sound like you're in tears.
I am, bro. I am. I was fucking crying laughing at that. First the name, then the jacket. Hey, his draft story. My man just said his draft, that suit gonna be in his draft story for the rest of his life. He better retire that jacket after the night. He better retire that shit.
That's about his. Who was it? One of my dudes, Joakim Noah, on draft night. Do you remember that?
I do, but here's the difference. Joakim Noah had just come off winning back-to-back national championships. So nobody cared. Nobody, no, his name wasn't Grady Dick neither. And Joakim Noah was like a top 5 pick. Oh my goodness. Wow. But to be honest with you, that pick, and I'm talking about this from a basketball standpoint, I think that pick tells me that they are gonna not try to re-sign. I think OG Anunoby is gone. I think OG Anunoby is gone.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
Where you going though?
I think he's going to free agency.
But where is he going? Because he want the bag. See, that's the problem with him being out there. He want the bag.
Yeah, but OG is a good 3-and-D player. He made second team All NBA defense this year. He said, "Why hasn't Cam Whitmore been drafted?" Jay Bucket, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. But OG is a damn good 3-and-D guy, and he's a championship experience. See, this is why my man on here was right saying that Jordan Poole is going to average 30 a game, because Jordan Poole can go into Washington with the mentality, this is a trash-ass team. I already have a championship ring, so now I can show out.
For now, Jordan Poole is the new Bradley Beal.
Yep. Just a little bit smaller. Hey, you run on that.
And I don't know that he got the returns. So it's going to be a slower rebuild for them.
Who? A slow rebuild for who?
It's going to be a slower rebuild for the Wizards.
Oh, yeah, man, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Dallas Mavericks have traded their 12th pick tonight, Derek Lively II, to the Thunder for Kason Wallace.
I told you that.
You did tell me that. You did tell me that.
I don't know what took so long for them to announce it, because normally they announce it when the pick happens, don't they?
Yeah, they usually do.
And maybe they was working out some little side details or something. Who knows?
The New Orleans Pelicans just drafted Jordan Hawkins from UConn, the defending national champions. Jordan Hawkins. He is very emotional. He's hugging what looks to be his father, and very emotional. Looks like a very beautiful family. UConn, who just won their 5th national championship in the last 25 years. Now he's headed to New Orleans. Will Zion be your teammate, or will Zion not be your teammate? That is the question. At this point, though, I wouldn't care.
saw something earlier today from Sam Smith, and Sam Smith is usually 50% right. Big market too. I hope they don't trade. We don't trade one of our pieces for Zion.
Oh, for the Bulls?
Yeah.
Zion in the Bulls uniform.
Yeah, because in the big picture, he wants a big market. Chicago's a big market, and that may be one of them things of making a trade. I mean, he would fit the timeline if you're moving him for the motor pieces. Plus, he would fit the timeline. Whether he would play games for us,
this is what I'm not understanding about Zion. You got a damn near $200 million contract. You like to eat. What's your problem with New Orleans? If you a fat dude and you in New Orleans, you should be in paradise. Yeah, he should love being in New Orleans. He a fat dude. New Orleans is like food central. Well, yeah, that's true. I guess he wants. Hey, well, look, I just got a comment saying Zion to Chicago doesn't seem too bad. Them deep dish pizzas might not seem too bad neither. I'm just saying.
I can see.
But who are the Bulls giving up for Zion Williamson?
That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
That is the question.
Because again, if I'm any team interested in trading for Zion Williamson, I'm fitting to heist the Chicago Bulls because this dude's never available to play. So if let's say New Orleans said we want Zach LaVine for Zion Williamson, I'm like, no, because Zach LaVine is available. Your dude ain't.
Yeah.
Your dude ain't. I may give you Caruso. Who's the center y'all got? Vucevic, Caruso.
He's not signed. Vucevic ain't signed. He's a free agent.
Okay, I may give you Caruso. What's the guard from North Carolina y'all got?
Dalen Terry.
He's from North Carolina, right?
Yeah. I would give them. I would give them Caruso. You know what? To be fair, I'd give them DeMar.
You give him DeMar DeRozan?
Yes, I would.
Oh no! Now I'm gonna tell you this.
One more year. He only has 1 year left on his deal anyway.
I'm gonna tell you this. Now for that, if I'm New Orleans, oh yeah, I would want DeMar because now you can have a backcourt of DeMar and CJ McCollum with BI.
Yep.
Yeah, no question.
And again, it worked for the Bulls.
And
put him alongside Vucevic.
And my man said I was so hyped for Zion's comeback this season for him to only play like 20-some games. Hey, man, you heard all the stuff that's been happening with Zion the last couple of weeks. I think that's a big reason why. Just saying. Eminem, Mariah Mills.
Oh, another fine-ass NBA mama.
Oh, no. You know what? See, God was just listening to me. I just said I hadn't seen a black player yet with his mama and his daddy up there. And the very next draft pick, my man got his mama and his daddy up there. I said, black daddies, you got to do better. Look at them. And they just kissed on set. Love it. Love it. They just kissed on set. Love it. Serious. Look like a beautiful family. So I digress now about that.
That's funny. Did you see Fox about to snatch the microphone from mom and mom moved her hand?
Yeah. They were gonna have some problems tonight.
Look like he almost rolled his eyes. Like,
we having a problem with the spotlight now between mama and daddy.
Mama had the mic first. When she was directed to both of them, he went to grab for the mic. Mama moved her hand away.
Mama said, I pushed him out, nigga.
You know how much I paid for this outfit?
I pushed him out, nigga. I pushed him out, not you, no nigga. Make it make sense. The Atlanta Hawks just picked Kobe Buffkin from Michigan. Now he's getting emotional too as he hugs his mama. I can understand emotional night. These guys in the NBA, they go Juwan Howard. There goes Coach Howard. And there goes another one of them Raggedy Andy looking hairdos. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Let me see the mama. Yeah, see, I knew the mama had to be off-white. You got a Raggedy Ann hairdo. You got the off-white, not quite black mama.
He said, you want to make it to the NBA someday? Well, keep playing. Keep balling, my guy. Keep balling. Keep working on your game. But if you make it to the NBA, and I mean this in all sincerity, don't emulate Ja Morant, at least this version of Ja Morant. If Ja get it together and turn it around, great. Don't emulate this version of Ja Morant. Because whether you come from a good background or whether you don't come from a good background, when you have hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, don't try to fuck it up because you're trying to be out there thugging. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. Because Ja Morant is Papa Doc from 8 Mile. He's not a gangster. His real name is Clarence. And Clarence's parents have a real strong marriage. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying. Yes, Ja Morant needs to make better life decisions. I'm not going to say he ruined his career because he's only 23 years old and he's still very young. I'm not going to say he ruined his career because there's still the opportunity for him to bounce back. But if he doesn't open his eyes and realize he just lost $50 million because he didn't make the All-NBA team, in large part because of the first suspension. So I don't think he ruined his career, but if he hasn't learned anything from this, then he could potentially ruin his career. What he's doing that's more serious than ruining his NBA career. These OGs out there who really live that life, they don't like that shit. They don't. These OGs who really have to live that life just to get it, to survive, they don't like seeing somebody who's got $200 million out here trying to wave guns and be something you ain't for clicks and likes because you want to impress people on Instagram. Bro, that's not worth it. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. You know?
John Morant now going to Portland for that number 3 pick, and they could have got Scoot Henderson and been way better off.
Yeah. And me saying this as a black man, I don't like that neither. Because it's continuing to push a narrative that has already existed about us long enough. And you come from a 2-parent household, there's no need to do that. You know, it's like, I mean, how do you're already a middle-class family, come from a 2-parent household, you know what I'm saying? From all intents and purposes, you won't never in the slums. How do you make it to the highest level of basketball in the world, but then do stuff to try to actually send you to a place that you ain't never been? That don't make sense to me. Because because what Ja Morant is, he's infatuated with a lifestyle. He's infatuated with a lifestyle that is honestly not worth that is not worth it when you have as much to lose as he does. You know,
it's extra bad when the NRA is coming out to support you and some of these far right crazies. Yeah, that's all right to have guns, and they're supporting him. That tell you all you need to know.
I mean, you know why? Because
he has the right to bear arms.
You know, and look, I don't have a problem with Ja Morant having a gun. What the hell? You rich. If you want to have a gun, have a gun. But it's a difference between you seeing Draymond Green with a gun at a gun range and Ja Morant in a club or in the back of or in somebody's car waving it looking ignorant. There's a difference between that. And I don't have, like I said, I said this from Jump Street. I never had a problem with Ja Morant having a gun, but why are you flashing it that way? What are you trying to prove? What do you look to gain?
That is the very question that no one would do it. I mean, anybody with common sense asks that question. What's the point, son?
Yeah. What's the point?
Are you being hunted? Somebody trying to assassinate you, kill you? That's why you flash and letting the public know you defend yourself? If that ain't the case, why?
Why? I mean, to me, it makes absolutely no sense. It's so counterproductive on a life that has he's accomplished so much at such a young age, and for that, and the people.
Silver is soft.
He's soft. He's soft as a bitch.
Ja Morant makes money, I guess, in the Memphis context, but in the global NBA context, he's just a drop of water in an ocean. And if it was David Stern,
he'd have got the whole season.
What was you thinking, son? Get back to me next year and tell me what you was thinking.
Yeah, he'd have got the whole season if it was David Stern. Especially because it happened 2 months after you was in his office. You telling him and telling the world, I'm making better choices, but then you do the same shit. Yeah. And I mean, and his circle, and this is why if you trying to make it to if I don't know how old you are, but if you're trying to make it to the pros, one thing that's important is the people you surround yourself with. You don't want a bunch of yes men, to be honest with you. If the people you surround yourself with don't keep it 100 with you, they just eating off of you. That's it. They just eating off of you. They don't want to get off. They don't want to be left off the gravy train. And those are the people you don't need around you. One reason why I love my circle of friends that I've had since I was a child is we keep it real with each other. If I do something that's fucked up, they'll tell me. If they think I'm absolutely right in a situation, they'll tell me. They don't, just because I'm their boy, they don't tell me, yeah, man, you right. No. When I'm dead ass wrong, they say, yo, B, you was dead ass wrong in the situation. You need to fix that. And I do the same thing. And I love that because I know they have my best interests at heart. Just like I have their best interests at heart. If I do something fucked up, Tony will tell me in a heartbeat, you was fucked up for that. You shouldn't do that. And Tony, one of my OG homies, he's in my circle because he keep it 100 with me. So
I think the only problem with people, I forget who it was, who was Calvin, or we were talking about whether it was illegal. And no, it's not illegal, but there's a morality clause.
Yeah, it was Calvin.
Just the argument that I was making in terms of the kneeling. The kneeling in the NFL wasn't based on a morality clause, but you are on the clock. You're an employee. What you do when you out of uniform and out of that stadium, that's entirely up to you as long as you're not breaking the law. But once you step into that stadium and put that uniform on, it's no different than you going to work for FedEx. Everything you do on that clock is a reflection of FedEx. And you will be terminated if you do something on the clock with that FedEx uniform on. It's no different.
The Utah Jazz just selected Keontae George, a guard out of Baylor. I don't believe he was on their national championship team in 2021, but yes, he was. Yes, he was. It was a member of their national championship team in 2021. It's saying raised by a single mom. They put all them details out. Okay. I don't know if I would have done that. Now, I like his outfit. I like his color scheme, smooth as a bitch. I don't agree with those pearls. Now, if he wearing them for his to commemorate maybe a grandmama or a family member lost, I get it. But I like his color scheme is actually pretty smooth. Now, the next pick is my Los Angeles Lakers. See where we go. See where we go.
Yeah, I might wear that. Minus the pearls, you're right.
Yeah, I would rock that. I definitely would. With some burgundy Stacey Adams? Hell yeah. Are you joking? Where do you think Damian Lillard's going to go after that pick with Scoot? I think he's going to go where he's at, Portland. At least for next year. Let's in this ring chasing culture of sports that we're in now, Damian Lillard is not that guy where he's going to be shamed if he never wins an NBA championship. He's not that guy. He's a great player. He's an all-time great player. But he's not on the level of a Durant, Harden, Even Westbrook, because he's never won an MVP. You know, he's not going to be shamed if he retires and doesn't win a chip. And I think he knows that, which is one reason why I think he's so comfortable in Portland. What do you think about that, Tony?
Well, he said as much. He said that's his goal to win, but if he doesn't, I mean, it is what it is. All he can do is go out and give it every night.
Now, see, that's been my one issue with him. He has not been very durable over the last 2-3 years.
And I do think he's cognizant of his legacy and the overall perspective, which is why he said what he said about jumping ship. No loyalty to the franchise. Now, I think all that goes away if the franchise doesn't show the same loyalty back to him. And I don't mean monetarily, I mean getting him help. But just in general, I think he's been there long enough where he's paid his dues that if he leaves Portland, I mean, you can't really say that.
No, I think if he leaves Portland, no, I don't think. Yeah, I would never criticize him if he left Portland, but I won't criticize him for staying either. See, a lot of people will come in for his neck because he chooses to stay. I won't. If he leaves Portland, okay, just like with Beal leaving Washington, okay, you've been there for a decade. You gave all you, okay. Do I think Carmelo should have won a ring? He never even got to a finals. You know, I would have. I mean, it would have been nice to see Carmelo win a ring. I mean, Carmelo's last season was actually with the Lakers. I would have liked to have seen Carmelo win a ring, but you know, he's the closest Carmelo ever came to winning a ring was in 2009 when they traded Allen Iverson to Detroit for Chauncey Billups. And Chauncey Billups is one of those players who's just a winner. Your team, like, you know, I say this about him the way I said about Chris Paul. Your team never gets worse when you bring a player like that on the team. And immediately, and I love Allen Iverson, but immediately the Pistons went nose down. Immediately. And immediately Denver went up. And that's the closest he came. In 2009, they went to the Western Conference Finals. They lost to Kobe and Gasol and Odom and the Lakers. But after that, Carmelo only advanced in the playoffs once. That was in 2013, with the Knicks. When they beat Boston, they ended the Doc Rivers Big Three era, and then they lost in 6 games to the Pacers. That's the only time after that. And those are the only 2 seasons where Carmelo ever advanced in the playoffs, past the first round. So I would have loved to see Carmelo win a ring because I've always rocked with Carmelo all the way back to his days when he was at Oak Hill Academy. A lot of people don't remember. He went to Oak Hill Academy High School in Virginia before he went to Syracuse and won a national championship. But Carmelo's another player where there will be some people who try to roast him for never winning a title. But Carmelo had a decorated career, 10-time All-Star, 75 all-time greatest players, the most decorated basketball player in Olympic history for the USA. So now what I didn't like is how the NBA tried to blackball him 3-4 years ago and try to make it seem like he wasn't worthy of even being on a roster. I didn't like that at all. I thought Melo didn't deserve that. But one thing Carmelo Anthony did do when he did get back in the NBA is he accepted just being a role player. So, and him and Chris Paul are best friends. So maybe Carmelo or Chris Paul will reach out to Carmelo because Carmelo's last 3 years in the league, he either came off the bench or if he started, huh?
Why would he do that? He's already retired. Carmelo retired.
No, I'm talking about Carmelo may reach out to Chris Paul just for advice and saying you know.
Oh, I thought you was talking about reach out, come out of retirement.
No. I'm saying because Carmelo's last 3 years he was a reserve player, or if he started, he wasn't the first or second option.
Right.
So maybe he can reach out to Chris Paul and say, "Yo, you're with a team that, for all intents and purposes, still has a dynasty going on. And if you want to fit with them, you're going to have to do what's best for the team and put ego to the side. And I just got to ask another question. Do you think Joel Embiid?
I don't think that'll be a problem with Chris Paul, but not because the Phoenix Suns weren't a dynasty, but they already had an established alpha, and it didn't seem to be a problem.
Oh, you talking about Devin Booker?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, my only pushback to that was nobody gave a shit about Devin Booker until Chris Paul got there and they started winning shit. Because Devin Booker put up 70 points and it meant nothing. The very first year Chris Paul gets there, they go to the finals. And that's what I'm talking about when I say Chris Paul. Whenever a player like Chris Paul gets to your team never gets worse. They only get better. Now he asked, do you think Joel Embiid should have won MVP this year? Yes, because it was a regular season award. Jokic is the better player, period. Giannis is a better player, period. The Los Angeles Lakers draft Jalen Hood-Schifino from Indiana. I have no idea who that is, and I'm a Laker fan.
I don't know. I don't either.
I have no idea who that is. He's a guard. He was from Indiana. Won back-to-back national titles in high school. Okay. When you play on a team with LeBron James and you're a rookie and you drafted not even in the lottery, you ain't gonna see much PT. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hope you show out in summer league, rookie. But as far as Embiid winning the MVP, yes, because it was a regular season MVP. But again, what we just learned with this past playoff run, Jokic is better. And I had my reservations about that until I saw Jokic in the playoffs this year. I said, nah, Jokic got it. Jokic got it.
If you watch their just look at the box score, even if you didn't watch the game, because that's sometimes what I would do with Jokic and Embiid. The stat line with both of them would be impressive as hell. The only difference is Embiid would have like 6 more points, maybe 5 more points, but Jokic would have like 8, 9 more assists in a triple-double effort. And it's like, which one do you take?
And then you could counter and say Embiid would have 4 or 5 blocks where Jokic may not have any. So so that is tough. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I really think they gave it to Embiid because you had given the last 2 to Jokic. And the fact that you hadn't seen Jokic do it in the playoffs until this year. I mean, Jokic literally just went through the same thing that Giannis went through a couple years ago. I mean, Giannis won the back-to-back MVPs. He didn't win it the 3rd straight year because, oddly enough, Jokic won it, but then Giannis won the title. And now Jokic wins back-to-back MVPs, and the year that he doesn't win it, when people think he should have won it, he wins the title. I'm sure Giannis and Jokic are happy to take that trade-off. As far as Embiid goes, it really left a bad taste in my mouth. Voters fatigue. I would say that.
You gonna keep complaining about teammates? That's what you talking about?
No, Joel Embiid. No, it really the way that they had ball, they should have beat Boston, and just the way that they let that go, and especially James Harden. It don't surprise me with James Harden. I've said for years, if James Harden the best player on your team, you ain't winning no chip. Even though he wasn't the best player on the Sixers, the way it just seemed like he quit. And Embiid, like, you that dude, you got to will and pat. Like, for one, you have to close out Boston and Philadelphia. You can, but then to get mollywhopped the way you did in Game 7.
NBA mama, Jalen Hood-Schifino.
NBA mama.
NBA mama.
Ooh.
Jalen Hood-Schifino.
Hey, she the best one of the night, bro. Jalen Hood-Schifino. Bro, and they said raised by a single mom. Yo, she damn. Hey, bruh. Yeah, man. She good.
You have another Delonte West on y'all team, bro.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Even though I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him because I remember last year's draft, this player named Dyson Daniels who went to the Mavericks, his mama got more attention than the player.
Nah, ain't nobody beating Luka, mama.
All right. Look up Dyson Daniels' mama. Look up right now. Look up Dyson Daniels' mama right now.
I'm looking. I'm gonna look since you said it. Dyson Daniels.
Look up his mama.
The man vacuum cleaner came up first.
Shut up.
I'm just saying that's what came up.
Hey, Jay Bucket, where you from, homie? Where you from? I'm just curious.
Man, no.
Man, come on now.
No.
You tripping.
No.
You tripping. You tripping.
No.
You tripping.
Bruh. No. Luka's mama.
You talking about North Carolina? Shout out to North Carolina. You should have heard my boy. Wait, are you a North Carolina fan or are you a Duke fan? All right, I'm gonna look up Luka mama right now.
Yeah, you need to.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm just gonna type in Luka's mama. Because if she that bad, I should be able to find her off of that. Oh, NC State? Okay. The Wolfpack. All right. Okay. Luka's mom. Okay, Mom. I mean, she all right. She all right. I don't think she got Dyson Daniel mama.
Okay. I seen Dyson Daniel mama on Fox News last night. Shut up.
You saw her on Fox News?
On Fox News.
I mean, Luka mama's okay. I mean, she's good looking. All right, let's ask the internet. Look up Luka Doncic's mom, and then look up Dyson Daniels' mom, and you be the judge. You be the judge.
I'll tell you that flashback thing that but see, you know, I guess that's the celebrity dynamic because of his father. But we was talking about Joakim. I remember his mama.
Who Joakim Noah?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's a former model, and but then again, celebrity dynamic. You got the pop, that's the tennis star. The mom, that's the supermodel.
That's all right.
And you want to go play in the NBA, you know?
Hey, he got paid more than all of them.
It's like people like Grant Hill, privilege, right? You already got rich parents.
Yep. Okay, the Miami Heat drafted Jaime Jaquez Jr. I know that guy from UCLA. He played all 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. I know he played at least 3. And UCLA over the last 3 years has made some deep NCAA tournament runs. They're showing a kid picture of him in a Kobe jersey. That's a good pick for Miami. I think that's a really good pick for Miami. I wonder if his teammate Tiger Campbell is going to get drafted. Okay. That's a really good pick.
You should see how the internet.
Well, hey, look. My boy on the internet agrees with you. He said Luka mama. You got it, sir.
Yeah, Luka mama. It was so bad on draft night. They was talking to Luka. Luka wasn't even on camera. The cameraman was on his mama while Luka was talking.
That's how it was. Hey, bro, that's how it was last year with Dyson Daniels' mama. I'm talking about as soon as that interview was over with, this chick was trending. He said, Luka mom.
So the internet is trending right now from the Hornets because they booed Miller.
They booed that the Hornets booed Brandon Miller?
Yep.
Why? 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 That's crazy. I think if him and Lonzo Ball can get on the court and have some chemistry, I think that'd be great. I don't get that. Hornets fans, stop your nonsense. You sucked for a long time. Cut it out. Or do you think they're booing Michael Jordan? Just in general.
I don't know. It says they were booing the pick. This is a tough market for running backs. I forgot Kareem Hunt still sitting out there.
Oh, that's Kareem Hunt, still a free agent, ain't it? Yeah, damn.
Yep. That don't look so bad for Zeke him sitting out there with a couple of the names that's out there.
That's right.
I guess people figure they go for the younger, let the young guys go in and play for that rather than overpay the older guys.
Bro, I hate the way that they do running backs now. I do. I truly do.
How old is you? 28? No, you too old.
Kareem Hunt, Zeke, and Dalvin Cook are all the same age.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I hate. How the hell is 28 too old?
I don't know.
You need to cut it out. You being a prisoner of the damn moment. So let me ask you something. If y'all got Derrick Henry, would you say he's too old? Because he's older than them.
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I never said. I'm just giving the perspective on why these dudes are still sitting out there. I never said 28 was too old.
Oh, okay.
Where 30 carries at 30 wasn't a thing.
I got you.
But to the extent that they're carrying it like that right now, yeah. I mean, in terms of, I would trade with Derrick Henry in a heartbeat. As long as I didn't have to give up the farm for him, I would trade for him in a heartbeat because we run a pass-heavy offense, and with somebody like Derrick Henry, he would fit us perfectly.
Hey, Jay Bucket.
You can take that ball out of Dak's hands in them crucial moments and just pound that rock like we used to. So I'm good with that. Well,
too bad you ain't getting Derrick Henry.
I wouldn't say never because Tennessee clearly don't want to pay him. So,
well, I know that. I think this is the last year of his contract, though.
So they either gonna have to try to get something for him while they can, or just let him walk.
I'm not trying to be funny. AJ Brown been trying to recruit Derrick Henry for the last year now.
They ain't got the money though. That's the problem.
Hey, Jay Bucket, are you a Panthers fan? You live in North Carolina. Are you a Carolina Panthers fan? Just curious. Well, plus the Eagles did just get DeAndre Swift. Eagles are loaded all over again. I don't want to say a weak ass NFC, but they're not as strong as the AFC. Hey, where do you think DeAndre Hopkins are gonna go while we between picks?
I think ultimately KC.
I don't think so. But okay. You think he ring chasing?
No, I just think he's looking at fit. He can be, and with their wide receiving core, he can be the alpha. Now the problem with him going to go KC, he's going to have to take less money because they're not going to break the bank. They're not going to pay him what he thinks he's worth. And I wouldn't either.
Be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think DeAndre Hopkins will end up in Cleveland. And my man said, I really don't watch football. No need to apologize, bro. We all got what worked for us. Golden State is picking right now. Golden State just picked, don't ask me to pronounce that last name, Brandon Podziemski from Santa Clara. So they got somebody who's close to home. You know, Mike Dunleavy Jr. is in charge of their shit now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, just got Chris Paul. I am not going to last this whole draft. And you know the NBA usually does their full draft in a night. I hope they not trying to extend their draft to 2 days because it is truly not worth it. Oh, they talking about the Chris Paul trade now.
So the Lakers and Pacers made a trade.
Did they?
Pacers. Hold on. What does this have to do with? This is a strange posting. I'm on the Real GM basketball forum, and Woj is reporting said that. But what is the damn trade?
I was going to say they just got rid of the homeboy with the bum ass mama.
It's a pick swap.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that dude already said, LeBron, keep your ass away from my mama.
Oh, okay. It's nothing major. The Lakers moved up 7 slots in that second round and paid out $4.3 million to do that.
Okay. My man said this is so slow. They are dragging this out. You know. Let me be honest with you. When I was a kid, the draft would be damn near over by now.
Somebody just pointed out, so it's a Lakers fan, just pointed out, why wouldn't you wait to see who's left on the board into the second round and then make the call? Why would you trade up 7 slots, make somebody trade up 7 slots and you don't even know whether your guy's going to be there? Because we still so, early.
What you think of this?
Okay.
What you think of it? What you think of this NBA mama? Now she looked like she is fresh off of 8 Mile.
Yeah. She like Martin Taylor Green, strung out little sister.
I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think after the first round, I think I'm gonna be done. It's crazy because the NFL draft, we was on here for 4 hours for one round.
Is he a wigger?
I don't know.
I can't tell. He look off-white and Pop got a tan, or maybe he is off-white. I don't know.
Nah, I think he got that Tyler Hero swag to him. I mean, come on. He went to Santa Clara. He got that Tyler Hero swag to him.
Nah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell. My uncle once said, be over 6 feet and biracial. You in there, BA. You in there.
Yeah, or you could be 7'5" and you in there. 7'5", built like a spaghetti noodle.
He told me that one time, and he said the NBA, if you have any skills and you fit that prototype, the NBA will push you.
Oh yeah, bro. I always used to say if I was about 6'4", I'd have been in the NBA. I truly, I'm not saying I'd have been a star, but I would have made it there. Because one, I was always a very smart basketball player. I'd have made it there, maybe played a few years and been on somebody's bench coaching.
It's weird because you know why he said it? And I never really thought about it until now. He said 2 for a reason. He said, 1, because the NBA is run by, the others, really, behind the scenes, and it dispels that notion of that big black man, domination by the big black man, because they can claim a portion of that because of the racial makeup. It makes them feel comfortable, is what he said. I said, I never thought of it that way. Maybe it does.
Maybe, yeah. I never thought of it that way neither.
Interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. I guess if you played in, say, Utah, that would be true.
So, definitely. Are you joking? Are you joking?
Not so much.
Definitely.
play in San Antonio. Probably true.
Oh, yeah.
Not so much.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
So are you happy with y'all draft pick?
We don't have a draft pick.
Y'all didn't draft nobody?
No, we have no draft pick. Our draft pick went to Orlando. That was a pick that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. Yeah. So we didn't have a draft pick.
So what do you think as a Chicago Bulls fan?
They were trying to trade to get drafted. Now, it may be that they do trade to get a second round pick, but no, we don't have a draft pick.
As a Chicago Bulls fan, though.
We have Portland's first round pick, but it didn't convey.
Okay. Well, as a Chicago Bulls fan, though, we already had the Zion talk. What do you think you guys could use?
Honestly, draft picks, just draft picks, because it's a failed experiment. It would have Lonzo was the key, and that was going to be the Lonzo, Levine, DeMar, Vucevic. That was a lineup that could compete. You don't have Lonzo now. So there's no point guard out there that you're going to be able to go and snatch and replace that dude's production because his contract is on the books. That's what's hamstringing him, Lonzo's contract. If they can get the NBA to go ahead and do the medical thing and free up that money, then that's a whole different ballgame. But by that time, DeMar will be leaving and so on and so forth. So there's nothing they can do. It's you either trade for draft picks or run it back. That's all you can do. There is no move that you're going to make that's going to make you, a competitor at all. So move for the future. That's it. Move for the future. Don't worry about putting butts in the seat. It's Chicago. The butts will be in the seat. Move for the future.
I mean, but do you honestly really think that Lonzo's never going to play again?
At this point, I'm not positive. At this point, I'm not confident. He's shown no signs. He's shown no signs of being even close to playing. And so, that contract is only but so long too. And at the end of the day, if he would come back, based on the history, would you reinvest in Lonzo? Probably not.
He would definitely have to have a prove it year.
Right. And you're talking about a situation where this dude might be Brandon Roy.
Ah, gosh. And to be honest with you, he wasn't as good as Brandon Roy.
Right. So I have no confidence in that. He was in fact the key. It's a shame, but I mean that's kind of how that goes.
My man said the Bucks have the 58th pick. Well, let me tell you something. If it's one thing that the Miami Heat should have just taught everybody, late picks or undrafted players can work out if you have the right coaching staff. He said, I wish I had the ability to watch until the last pick. The draft is moving so slow. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the first time. Huh?
Yeah, you ain't lying with that because some of the dudes that we, had on our roster at different points, Jettis and them, they didn't get significant playing time because of the rosters at the time or because of the coach at the time, and then they moved to other places and
show out.
And because I'm looking at like Spencer Dinwiddie, right? They couldn't see that the dude could play a little bit.
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie is a damn good player.
Right. But he got no run with us. Like, why?
That's true. Oh, Cam Whitmore just got drafted. Oh, he did, yes.
Oh no, Cam got a nice NBA mama.
He got an NBA. He got an NBA daddy too.
Yeah, she look nice in that Claire Huxley.
Cam Whitmore went to the Houston Rockets. Oh yeah, I remember him from Nova.
See how Claire is. Claire kindly turned and handed the microphone to Heathcliff. His, comments in the other NBA mom, she mad, get your hands off me.
I'm interested to see what. Oh, that's another team that I definitely think that people should pay attention to, the Houston Rockets, because they coach now is Ime Udoka, and you know Ime got something to prove. After all that happened in Boston, and if he can turn that organization around, Boston better win a championship. That's all I'm gonna say. If he can just get the Rockets back to respectability, then Boston better win a damn championship. So I agree with you, Buckets, that was a steal. Well, right now, Tony looking at the NBA mamas. I ain't mad at him, though.
Hey, it's either that or the outfits.
Oh, like my man's Mr. Dick, who had on the red disco ball for a jacket.
Exactly. ain't nothing else going on, man. I mean,
no, this is the first time I've watched this extent of the draft in years, and they has really gotten slow. They are really like the NBA is trying to mimic the NFL so much, where they just dragging everything out. I'm like, come on, bro, like damn. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even that into the NBA during the regular season. I'm really not. I used to be, but the way the game has changed now is it's a turnoff. The best players don't want to play. Don't get me started. Let me change the subject. Keys, what up, bro? Houston. We said winners Houston for sure. Dallas. The Lively pick. Did they trade Lively or did they trade for Lively?
They traded Lively.
Dallas traded Lively, right? Yeah. Keys. Lively got traded. I think Lively is a Pacer now, right? Yeah, Lively is with Indiana. Now he got traded. Oh, they traded for Lively? That's that boy from Duke. Let me see. Okay. That's right, Keys. Come on here and educate me, bro. Come on here and educate me. Hey, man, we've been on here having a blast for the last 2 hours. But you guys gotta hit up the next podcast, Sports Plus Life. I do it on Mondays. No, he was traded to Dallas. Yeah, he was traded to Dallas. And my man Keith, who's on here now, is a true Denver Nuggets fan. I said this on the podcast on Monday. There is no such thing as a bandwagon Denver Nuggets fan. So when I've met over my life, when I've met somebody who said that they're a Denver Nuggets fan, I believe you because they never won shit. So you can't. I don't see. I mean, I remember. Only thing I remember popular about the Nuggets was rocking the Carmelo jersey.
I was gonna say anybody that say they're a Nuggets fan. Who you like before Jokic? Before this current team,
Melo.
The Nugget team that you're like, now I could have obviously, but you know,
I had to have been Melo, and then maybe Melo and Iverson when Iverson was briefly over there.
Come on, man, come on, Tumbo. Come on, man, Antonio McDyess.
Hey, man, look, come on now. I know about those Nuggets that became the first 8th seed to ever win a playoff series. Mutombo and Robert Pack and LaFonso Ellis, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Yeah, I remember those Nuggets.
I used to like. I feel bad because I used to crack up watching him tie and untie his shoes over and over.
And this dude had a condition.
Yeah, I just couldn't help but laugh. But he sit there and do it, and he go out there and hit them shots. And a lot of times he get the yips when he has the free throw line too.
Noah Clowney just got drafted 21st by the Brooklyn Nets from Alabama. He was Brandon Miller's running mate this past season for Alabama. You should watch Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf still playing the Big Three. He in his 50s, and he still got that pure J. Yes. Hey, my man Keith said when the Nuggets was popular, it was the era of the heavy tattoos. J.R. Smith, Birdman, Kenyon Martin. That's when I used to call them the Thuggets. I ain't even gonna bullshit. I did when Denver used to have all of them, Melo, Kmart, J.R. Smith. I used to call them the Thuggets because every time J.R. Smith made a three, he would just start throwing up gang signs. I'd be like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with you? So that's when you became a Nuggets fan, when they were the Thuggets. Got you. Okay. That team was all right though. I mentioned that team earlier. They were the when my man on here asked me about Carmelo, and I brought up that 09 Nuggets team that went to the West Finals and lost to Kobe and the Lakers. You know, no, you could never get past us until this year. That's why I had no gripes about us losing to y'all, because you never beat us before. And you know, you did it and you won an NBA championship off of it. Congrats, man. Hey, look, salute. Let's see, what was I doing back in 09 when we was beating Denver? I was hanging out with Capri Chambers. But yeah, and they even in 2020 with Jokic and Murray and Michael Porter, y'all still couldn't get past us. But I'm happy for y'all. Okay, so you disagree. You don't think there's no way that the Suns are getting Harden? I tend to disagree, because if you move DeAndre Ayton off of them books, you can make it happen. And I really think DeAndre Ayton is going to get traded. Yeah, 09. To anybody who's on here, do me a solid and hit that like button. I just like that you're listening, for real. I do this for fun. I ain't
Ayton getting traded too?
Huh?
Who is Ayton getting traded to?
Don't know. You know what's crazy is that Indiana showed him a lot of interest last year. Matter of fact, they signed him to the original offer sheet that Phoenix actually ended up matching. So
they're gonna ship Miles Turner out there?
Possibly. Miles Turner's contract ain't as much as Ayton. Not even close. If you can get Miles Turner to replace Ayton, and you can pick up James Harden, you know, then you got something. Because even with KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, I still don't see Phoenix as being better than Denver.
That's what I was gonna say. Then you got an all-NBA team, and they still gonna lose to Denver.
Yeah, I don't see them being better than Denver. I don't see them being better than Golden State, for real. Oh yeah, man. Hey. Definitely hit the subscription button, Jay Bucket. Hey man, appreciate you too, little bro. Anytime that I'm on, or anytime I post a video, and I'm pretty active on here, you know, just holler at your boy. Holler at your boy, and be safe out there. My man from North Carolina, go ahead and raise up. No, I'm showing my age right there. Take your shirt off, switch around your hips. You said you don't see how it could work contractually, Keith, with getting James Harden? Man, please, look, Phoenix's owner has that new owner syndrome. You know, he's the new kid on the block in the Billionaire Boys Club. He wants to make a splash. He wants to let everybody know that he's looking to win right now, and that he's willing to go out. I called the Phoenix Suns the LA Rams of the NBA right now, because they saying fuck them draft picks, and they going for the big names. They went out and got KD. They done went out and got Bradley Beal. If you can get rid of DeAndre Ayton, even though, look, 16 and 10 is hard to replace, but if you can get rid of DeAndre Ayton and get James Harden and think, hey, we can just outscore everybody to win. Have at it. Have at it. Because I even think right now, as them constructively put together, I still don't see them winning. And the crazy thing is that their coach now, they got our old coach, Vogel. his calling card is defense. If you was Portland, what would I do? You talking about what would I do with Dame? I would leave that up to Dame. Because we talked about this earlier. I said, I ain't got an issue. If Damian Lillard is not that player who, while he's great, he's not at that caliber of a KD, a James Harden, or even a Russell Westbrook, or a Joel Embiid now, since Embiid has won an MVP. If Dame retired in Portland and didn't win a chip, nobody would crucify him like they would if Embiid does or if Harden does. Yes, Westbrook, because Westbrook won an MVP. Westbrook has been to the finals. Westbrook put up stats that was ridiculous. I understand that Lillard is better than Westbrook, but Westbrook is more available. Westbrook has accomplished more. Then this is fact. I'm talking factuals now. Russell Westbrook has accomplished more in his NBA career than Damian Lillard. Let me ask you something. Before Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers, and you said the top 75 all-time players, would you think Russell Westbrook was a no-brainer, or would you think Damian Lillard was a no-brainer? And Tony, I'm going to ask you that question too. Prior to the Laker years, and you talking about top 75 NBA team, would you say Russell Westbrook's a lock over Damian Lillard?
Clearly, it's going to be Westbrook. Even if you don't necessarily like Westbrook or view him as a liability, this dude was putting up triple-doubles like Jokic put up triple-doubles.
Exactly. So. Exactly. Derek Whitehead from Duke just went to, who the fuck did he just go to? Blind ass. He just went to the Brooklyn Nets. Exactly. Everybody is saying Lillard is better than Westbrook now because people are still thinking about the way Westbrook was just a bad fit with the Lakers. But now let's talk about how Westbrook looked with the Clippers. He looked like Westbrook again. He looked like that top 75 All-NBA player. This is why if I'm the Clippers, I would keep Westbrook because you can't depend on Kawhi and Paul George. And Damian Lillard over the last 3 years, he done barely played.
Wait, I'm confused. They said Derek Whitehead. Why was that white dude just sitting there?
I'll be right back, yo. Hold up.
I'm here on behalf of Derek. Yeah, where? Hold on. Let me wait till they get the player bio over because I didn't see no brother sitting there. Yeah, he's not even there. He got drafted. He ain't even there as a white dude sitting where he should be sitting.
Hey, look. He may not be there, but I mean, maybe he wasn't sure if he was going to get drafted in the first round.
I mean, I understand. Yeah, he had season highs last year, 8 points and 4 rebounds. So yeah, I get it.
You said that wait a minute, my homie said Keith said that Westbrook obvious, but Lillard would be a lock for him as well. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a couple of people in that top 75 who I questionable to say the least. Anthony Davis. I wouldn't have put Anthony Davis up in there, or I would have had serious doubt. And Damian Lillard would be another one. Just being real. I'm just being real. And I'm not poo-pooing on Dame's game. But when you talk about what mark have you made in the NBA? What mark? Russell Westbrook has made a mark in the NBA. What mark has Damian Lillard and Anthony Davis made? And I mean, okay, AD has a title, obviously. But you can put that, you can credit that to LeBron just as much. Titanic.
Why cannot be on it?
No. I disagree with you on that one because Kawhi is one of only three players, to win Finals MVP with 2 different organizations. I have to disagree with that. Now I agree. Now I do think he is currently him and Zion Williamson are the worst players to have superstar tag labeled to them. But Kawhi has accomplished enough. Now, the Titanic submarine, I don't know, bro. Anything labeled Titanic is bad luck. I'm gonna just put it that way.
Oh, I know exactly what happened there.
All right, listen to Tony. Tell him, Tony.
So that trip has been made over and over and over. People think this is the first time that trip has been made. It's been made over and over and over. People who have made the trip have come forward and talked about it, and all rich people, of course, have talked about it. The problem is because it is an experimental ship. It always was. And they don't even go down there, the Titanic with like conventional submarines or anything like that. The water pressure is just ridiculous down there. And every time a submariner type unit goes down to that area, they have to do a structural integrity check, because as you're going down, the water pressure is like pushing in and pulling out, pushing in, pulling out, pushing in, pulling out. And while it might have some flexibility to it based on its construction, eventually it wears. And so you got to rebuild that craft. You can make a few trips, but then you got to rebuild that craft from scratch to make that kind of trip. And they didn't do that. They did this. They said they claimed they did an integrity check and everything checked out, but clearly it didn't, and it imploded. And that's the debris field that they found was what was left of that ship. Somebody else who had actually went down there, and he was an independent guy, but he was using the same model. He said he went down and he got 3/4 of the way down, and the integrity of the hole started to break down, so he went back up. Apparently, these people, because they felt like it would hold, they kept going, and that was the result. They should have pulled. They should have turned back. Because you would know that it's given out, because the sensors tell you the whole integrity. So who knows until they recover some kind of black box communication thing, because the communications got cut off with the main ship. They did call and say they made one call or something and had one dialogue about the whole, which was recorded, which the company said. But after that, communications just died. So don't know what happened after that, whether they just decided not to turn back or whether there was some kind of breakdown in communication or whatever. But yeah, that's what happened. So I don't know about a bad luck thing or a jinx, because many people have made that trip. It's like going to climbing Mount Everest. A lot of people have climbed Mount Everest. A lot of people have died climbing Mount Everest. But a lot of people have climbed it, and
So they went to the crash site of the Titanic.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I've heard a lot of people doing that.
And there's nothing else around. Like the Titanic is the only thing sitting there. There's no coral reef. There's no nothing. So if you see debris, on a radar, yeah, it's something that wasn't already there, and that's how they know that's what happened. That's the leftovers of that ship.
Keith said, so pretty much some bored rich folks feeling like nothing can happen to them. That sounds about right.
But you know what's crazy? It was a billionaire on there. That same dude went up in Bezos's spaceship.
Some bored rich folks that feel like nothing can happen to them, and because they got the money to pay for the trip, they're gonna be all right. Whoops.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it. If you got money like that and you're bored, and the trip has been done successfully before with no casualties.
Plenty of times.
Yeah, that's why I would do it, probably, because there's been no casualties. And so, you feeling confident. I'm not going to die. Nobody else has. Why would I?
You know what, to be honest with you, I used to think about that shit, because there was one point in time in my life where I was truly interested by the Titanic. And I used to say if I ever had the money, I would take that trip. Not anymore. Tell you that.
Yeah, no, I ain't going up in SpaceX neither.
Me neither. Damn that.
I'm good.
Bro, no.
And seeing the Titanic, I can sit. In fact, I can sit in the comfort of my own home and see.
This is not a Shazam shirt. This is a Flash shirt. Not Shazam, Flash. He said the last Shazam movie was trash.
It was. But the first one was trash.
I actually like the first one.
The Shazam is a joke character.
I like the first movie.
They made it into, in the comic, he's not a joke character. In the movies, they made him into like a comic character, which is why you'll never really see that Justice League crossover shit.
I think the bad part of the new Shazam movie was the villains. I thought they sucked.
Yeah, but Shazam is too goofy. I understand he's Billy.
He's
Batson,
a kid.
In the comic, when he transforms into Shazam, he ceases being Billy Batson. So he's like Superman. Like, you know, he's an adult male in his mind when he transforms into Shazam because he has the wisdom of Solomon. So he's not a kid in a grown man's body the way the movie portrays him.
Well, Murray, Keegan Murray's brother, Chris Murray, just got drafted by the Portland Trail Blazers. Keegan Murray, who plays for the Sacramento Kings, his brother just got drafted. And the next draft pick, Oliver Maxence Prosper, forward from Marquette, goes to the Sacramento Kings. I don't know who none of these people are. At this point, we just talking shit.
And the 24th pick.
Huh?
That's what they traded to get in this spot, Marshawn Holmes.
Oh, okay.
Marshawn.
So no, Keith. This is not a shit.
Yeah, his suit from the Prince collection.
Come on now. He must have known he was going to Sacramento because he's perfectly color coordinated. He had to have. Somebody gave him a heads up.
If you're there, we're gonna draft you.
Hey, I ain't mad at the color scheme. I like purple. Purple color royalty.
And I guess they probably could call that shot because, the draft, you could probably target a guy.
You probably could. Keith just has a question for you, Tony, and it's something that we talked about earlier. He said you're a Bulls fan. Is Lonzo done? We were just talking about this before you got on, bro.
Honestly, I do. I believe he is. I believe he is. I believe he'll make the effort, but I believe if he has that degenerative condition and he has that Brandon Roy deal going on, I think quality of life will be the thing. You know, at the end of the day, you already got a ton of money for doing basically nothing. Why come back and play if it's just going to deteriorate your leg further?
And you still got another brother in the NBA, so you ain't going to be broke.
Yeah, plus you got a big baller.
Hey, LeVar Ball looks so. You notice you don't hear nothing from him no more, right?
Yeah.
Well, Keith, I'm with you. I hope he's not done either because he was fun to watch. He was a good. He had turned into a good floor general, good 3-and-D guy. But I've been hearing this for the last couple months that he might be finished. That's crazy. Yeah. So all you got now from the 3 Ball brothers who are supposed to take over the NBA is LaMelo. That's it. And LaMelo ended the season last year hurt than a bitch. Today's NBA, man. Keith, enjoy being an NBA champion. Today's NBA. I ain't never seen players get hurt so damn much. The offseason is crazy. Let me ask you something, Keith. How do you feel about that Chris Paul trade to Golden State? That's been my main question to anybody who's made comments. How do you feel about Chris Paul going to Golden State? And do you think Kristaps Porzingis makes the Celtics better or worse? So generally, Tony, how do you feel about the Porzingis trade? Do you think that made Boston better or worse?
I told you already.
I know. I wanted to hear it again.
That was a couple hours ago.
I know. I want to hear it again.
To me, it changes nothing with Boston. In the big picture, they don't stretch. We were talking about stretching the floor.
Yep.
You said they stretch the floor. Boston already stretches the floor. This is what they do. They live by it. They die.
No, I said that's why I don't like Boston. I said I don't like the way Boston plays basketball.
All he's gonna do is add another shooter, and it don't matter his height. He's just gonna add another. He takes away from him defensively, and he doesn't do anything really for him in the rebounding department. So you just got another shooter.
Well, at least they didn't have to get rid of Robert Williams in that trade.
I understand that, but Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I know.
In the picture in the grand scheme of it, no, he's not going to run your offense, but he's the glue guy. He plays great defense, and he's might as well say he was the heart of the team.
No, he was. I don't think there's no question about that.
The fan favorite on the team.
Oh, so, yeah. With that damn green hair.
For Porzingis, it's just an optics move, I think. It's just a move to make a move. Be able to say to your fans, we made a move.
Well, Keith seems to think that he said he thinks Porzingis is a perfect fit for Boston. Unfortunately, they gave away their heart. That could very well be. I mean, they definitely gave away the heart of their team. But on the contrary, I think Marcus Smart is perfect for Memphis. He's a grown-up.
At the end of the day, the question is, do you believe that Porzingis makes them better than their previous iteration? The answer is no. It was a lateral move, and it doesn't move the needle. Same problems that they exhibited are the same problems they're going to have.
What do you think? And I'm going to ask both of you guys this. I know, Keith, you typing. But what do you think? Where do you think is going to happen with Chris Middleton?
I think Chris Middleton going to get that bag. I think he's gonna get that bag, and the bag might be. It's. I mean, nobody can really pay him more than Milwaukee anyway, but it's probably going to be more than what Milwaukee thought they were going to end up paying.
You think he stays? You think he stays in Milwaukee?
Yeah, he's gonna stay, but it's gonna be because Milwaukee overpays than what they projected having to pay for him, because somebody's going to overpay for him. Gonna put it out there. He'll get that poison pill offer, and they're going to have to pay him. And he'll stay. Continuity.
Yeah, that championship, though, is going to do a lot for him. Definitely. So I'm still waiting, Keith.
That's going to come in and offer him that money, I do not know. But it's going to be somebody.
My man just asked me to get him on a call. He said this typing shit ain't it. Hey, it's like, look, I'm about to end the stream because the first round about to be over. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I was gonna be on here for 3 hours. But well, quick, what do you think of the Chris Paul trade, bro? Just type me that. Do you think thumbs up or thumbs down, or null and void? I was hearing that a lot of what made Marcus Smart expendable was because a lot of people thought that Derek White had become the third best player on that team. So, but I think that he is definitely a fit for Memphis, a grown-up on a team of immature guys. Oh, speaking of Memphis, their pick is up next. Memphis picks Marcus Sasser, guard from the University of Houston. And the guy who got drafted is not in attendance. Okay. But his coach was, so that's good. You think it's a win for the Wizards? I think the Wizards, I mean, I guess it can be. I mean, you're going to have Jordan Poole shooting, thinking that he's Steph Curry over there. Yeah, well, Keith, we see the Chris Paul trade the same because I still don't know what to make of it. I really don't. I want to see what they're going to do with him. I really do. I tell you what, Chris Paul did not make Golden State younger.
That's just the thing. We don't quite understand what Chris Paul made Golden State.
Right. I mean, you could maybe in retrospect say that he gives them depth, particularly at the point guard spot. I just want to see where the domino falls with Clay and with Draymond. Said didn't make him better. I mean, to me, this trade remains to be seen. I felt that I thought Chris Paul should have tried to get to Milwaukee. I understand he was looking for the LA teams. His family lives in California. So, I mean, if you're in, you're in San Francisco now. So, I mean, I guess that's better than Milwaukee. But as far as a title, I think it would be a better fit for Chris Paul in a place like Milwaukee than Golden State. And Keith agrees with you, Tony, where he thinks that Porzingis trade didn't make Boston better. I don't
know where Porzingis makes certain. Porzingis would only make a team that would star for a spacer, a shooter. That's it, and they already have an established big name.
I don't think Porzingis makes Boston better, only because he has questionable durability, and oddly enough, he just came off of his best season of his career, where he played 65 games, but he was held out for a lot of them by the Wizards near the end because they were clearly trying to tank. He said, I heard Chris Middleton looking for more security and a more lengthy contract. He declined the $40 million option. He's not going to get that. He's not. I mean, well, I don't know, because somebody may offer that to him and force Milwaukee's hand. I don't know. But for him to be looking for a more lengthy contract, he did not have a season that would recommend that. I'm going to just say that. He looked like he was still struggling from that knee injury the entire season. That happened in 2022. What'd you say, Tony?
I ain't say nothing.
Oh.
I was going back to TV. That was NBA talking.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. Today's NBA is $40 million. Chris Middleton, that might be close to what somebody will pay for him nowadays.
So all in all, the Wizards got Tyus Jones, Danilo Gallinari, and Mike Muscala, and a 2023 second-round pick, 35th overall pick.
Yeah. They got enough people to fill out a team, maybe beat some bad teams like them.
I mean, Danilo Gallinari, he's another good player, but he's long in the tooth and he don't stay healthy. He missed the entire season with the Celtics.
They're not expecting him to be good. They expect him to miss the season. That way they can get them higher drafted. They'll be drafting for somebody to pair with Poole.
Yeah. And like I said this earlier, Poole can show out now because he can say, fuck it, I got a ring.
You know who really need to move?
Who?
We're talking about Dame Lillard. Shea Gilgeous. He needs
to.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope. I disagree. Because they got
what they're doing, but Oklahoma they got draft picks forever.
Yeah, but they got a team like that dude. Now you're gonna have you want to see what Holmgren is gonna do, but that kid Giddey, he is the truth. I wouldn't know. If I'm Shea, I'm staying right there.
If you're him and you can move to a legitimate contender and be the final piece of legitimate contender, you saying you turn that down and stay in Oklahoma?
I'm talking about this kid is 22 years old. Ben Shepherd to the Indiana Pacers, forward from Belmont. I was just saying that, Keith. Chet Holmgren. You want to see what Chet Holmgren is going to look like. Giddey, to me, is a future all-star. They have a couple of good players. Dort, he's a solid player, kind of that Marcus Smart type of vibe. Won't run the offense, but you don't need him to. You don't need him to because you got Shea there for that. You got Giddey there for that. No, I love what Oklahoma City's doing.
I understand that, but my question was, if you could move to a contender and be a piece on a contender, Would you do that, or would you stay in Oklahoma?
I would stay in Oklahoma City because they can become a contender this season.
No.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's out of the question.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's a nice up and coming team, but they're not that yet. They're not even close.
Okay,
to
so
that.
Let's say within 2 years they could be a contender.
That's because they beat your Lakers every damn night. They
This has nothing to do with my Lakers. He's still a kid. He's not ring chasing right now. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, okay, not this year, but maybe next year. You give Holmgren a year to actually play. Giddey gets better. Shea continues to get better. No, you got a contender right there.
Okay.
Now, Oklahoma City going to be scary. By 2025, they're going to be scary as fuck. They're literally, Sam Presti is rebuilding his team the exact same way he did with KD, Durant, and Harden when they was young. Now, if anybody should feel bad about Shea, it's the Clippers. Because he was in that Paul George trade. You talking about some of the Denver Foundation. No, the Denver Foundation mimicked the Golden State and San Antonio Foundation. I'm just saying. And that's not hate. I'm just saying. Your top 3 players were all homegrown. Jokic, Murray, and Porter. Just like Golden State, Steph, Clay, and Dre, just like San Antonio, Duncan, Parker, Manu. But what you going to do with Bruce Brown now, Denver? Because Bruce Brown is opting out to become a free agent because his value's up. What you going to do? Because that would be a big loss if you lose him. The Charlotte Hornets pick Nick Smith Jr., guard from Arkansas. I'm surprised to see people still in the crowd this late in the first round. But congratulations to you, sir. Pay up, okay. All right, who you letting go to pay up for Bruce Brown? Because I think they should keep him. Do you let KCP go? You let KCP go for Bruce Brown? I think that's going to happen eventually. But Bruce Brown said, I'm striking while the iron is hot, baby. And I ain't mad at that. Because there's always one key player who kind of wants to strike while the iron is hot and get their dollars, especially after they win a championship, bruh. You know who I could see?
This is why they're still televising this. This got to be the longest mama daddy hug moment ever, bruh.
He was in his daddy's arms for like 5 minutes.
He was in mama arms for at least 3. Got snot all over his papa suit.
The team who I think it's 2 teams who's going to come at Bruce Brown hard. Boston and Miami. Bruce Brown is from Boston, and he could be a good 3-and-D guy to replace Marcus Smart. And same thing in Miami. Good 3-and-D guy and very athletic. But I don't know. Can you afford to keep him? You say pay up. Okay. This ain't basketball got a salary. So you think they're going to go into luxury tax? You said y'all the only team that know how to use them? When you have Jokic, that helps a lot too, though, and Murray. And now Bruce Brown got off. Don't get me wrong. I mean, and Bruce Brown, what, the season before he was playing with Kyrie and KD and Harden? Okay. All right. Look, Keith is flexing his championship muscle. We the only team that know how to use him because we won a ring with the nigga. What? Let's see what this basketball mama look like. Oh, she not bad.
Oh, Nick Smith mama?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she all right.
Yeah. Them some exciting ass earrings that she got on, but yeah, she all right. Hey, yo, and the daddy looked like he trying to get some play from the internet. Daddy damn near got his titties popped out.
Mama got some I guess slightly older Lala Anthony vibes, you know.
Yeah. There have been some bad mamas out here, Keith, for real. Not gonna lie. There's been some good mamas. But daddy right here, daddy looked like he trying to get some internet play. Because he damn near got his male cleavage hanging out. You can tell the parents who want to get some attention. Like Dyson Daniels' mama. And like Luca mama. Oh, they moved this one along quick. Utah selection. Bryce Sandoval from Ohio State is a Utah Jazz. They probably telling ESPN probably telling NBA this joint was only supposed to go to 11 o'clock. Hurry this shit up. Like all the players we care about is gone. They've been gone 2 hours ago. Me oh my. Long ass NBA draft. Looks like I lost connection with Tony. Look like I lost connection with the big bro. Hold on, Keith. I'm about to chime you in, bro. I'm about to chime you in. About to chime you in, my guy. I said I'm about to chime you in and you don't even answer. Come on now. You just said that you wanted to be on here. Well, we are at pick 29 in the 2023 NBA draft, first round. As expected, Victor Wembanyama went first. Brandon Miller went second to the Charlotte Hornets. Scoot went to the Portland Trailblazers. Keith, what up, my guy? I'm going to need you to speak up, bro. We on live, brother.
All right, let me take the AirPod out.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to speak up, bro. You on Sports Plus Life Live podcast, nigga.
Yo, can you hear me better now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What's happening with you? Say what?
Just enjoying the drive, bro.
Man, bro, I wish they won't stretching this joint out so damn long. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, bro, they really think they the NFL, bro. It should not take 3 hours to do one round of NBA basketball draft.
You know they gotta get they hugs and everything.
I understand. Yeah, I guess so.
For sure. I mean, I think y'all made a good pick getting on that guy from Indiana. He's really cool.
I ain't never heard of him, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he's nice. That's another guard. He really kind of plays like actually he kind of play like Russell.
That's not saying nothing good if you talking about the Lakers.
I'll just say kind of like his own shot creator. That's kind of what he gives me.
Well, let me tell you something about rookies, especially not lottery pick rookies that play with LeBron. you ain't gonna see much playing time. That's all I'm gonna say. He better make the summer league count. That's all I'm gonna say.
Or he gotta make LeBron actually like him. That's all he gotta do.
One of the two. You know, they better make the summer league count.
I kind of want to get more in depth in the trades.
All right, well, talk to me. Holla at me.
Well, what you want to talk about first? The CP3 trade.
That CP3 trade. That's been the most jarring trade.
Yeah. I feel like that's a conversation you have with Chris Paul before. Like, hey, Golden State might be an option. He obviously had that conversation with Steph and everything. And the thing is, it could work because how good Clay and Steph is without the ball. Nobody running with the ball, so it could work. Chris Paul's a master of playmaking and everything. It's just like, are they going to put him in the starting lineup?
See, that's the thing. I don't know because, you know, Steph is not a two guard. Steph is not a two guard.
Very small defensively.
All right. Julian Strawder from Gonzaga. He is now an Indiana Pacer. Julian Strawder from Gonzaga. He's an Indiana Pacer.
I think that's coming to us, actually.
They would be small. This is how they would be small defensively, and this is why I don't believe you're not going to see a lot of this because if you're Golden State, you could have Steph, Clay, Chris Paul on the court and the starting lineup with Wiggins as your 4 and Draymond as your 5. You are tiny with that lineup.
Yeah.
Do you really want to sit Looney down? And Looney ain't the biggest big man. You know, he only 6'9". But Looney plays big. So, I mean, I guess it depends on who your matchup is going to be. But do you think – I don't think Klay Thompson – if Klay Thompson wants to come back to the Warriors, I don't think you're going to come back saying I'm going to be a bench. I'm coming off the bench. Fuck no.
Oh, no, Klay definitely not coming off the bench.
I think the person who would be most open to coming off the bench as far as players who's already been there will probably be Draymond because he did it in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were just switching it up, trying to figure out what would work.
Well, they needed to because they had to throw a wrinkle for Sacramento.
Yeah, I think it could work, but they're going to be poor defensively. And Mike Dunleavy, it's his first year. It's actually his first move.
This is his first week.
Yeah, his first move. So this is obviously a win now, and I think it's the curtain is starting to set on the boys. That dynasty, I think this is like their last dance. Draymond already opted out, but I think he's going to be back.
I think they're bringing. I mean, I don't think you trade Jordan Poole if Draymond's not going to be back.
Yeah, I seen Jordan Poole already unfollow Draymond on.
Oh shit! That's predictable.
Yeah, he was no time. So after you get popped in your mouth, ain't no coming back from that. So it was
no, hell no, bro. You hit me like that, nigga. Look, man, bro. We wouldn't have made it out this season without us scrapping at least one more time. And I'm gonna show everybody too. I'm gonna go on IG Live while you sleep, and I'm gonna punch the fuck out of you, so everybody can see it.
So, like I said, I think this is obviously we're now like their last chance of being together and winning one.
Well, if you got Steph, Clay, and Dre playing, they've played together so long. They're a team where until they're not there, they're always going to be a threat. Especially if Steph Curry is still playing the way he played. The key is him. When he starts slowing down, all bets are off. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what to make of the Chris Paul trade because I got to see what it looks like. But what do you think now? We talked about I read everything you said about Porzingis. You don't think that moves the needle either?
Well, their first initial trade I thought was worked out well for the Brogdon deal. Like, I thought that was great. They were able to keep Smart and everything. But this one, damn, like, this one was different. Because how much Smart meant to that team. And, they got Derek White, but he's not a true point. Well, not to say Marcus Smart was a true point guard.
Marcus Smart was never a true point guard neither. Yeah. Brogdon was the best point guard they had on their roster.
Yeah. Brogdon got his injury concerns why that didn't go through.
Look, this is 2023 NBA. Everybody got their damn injury concerns.
Yeah, that's true. But like Tony was saying, about the three-point shot. The thing is, Porzingis can put it on the floor. His catch and shoot. He shot the three-point shot pretty well, 38%. But he can bang too.
He can bang. Well, let me ask you something.
Great defender.
Let me ask you something. And this is about really a Porzingis body type. What do you think of Wembanyama?
You never seen nobody. I mean, you can say Porzingis is like that, but Wembanyama, he's just different, bro. Obviously, his body is a concern, but he's so young. He can work on that. Like, I mean, we seen with Giannis. I mean, Giannis was skinny as hell when he first got in the league, and he worked on it. And them French boys, like, they know how to ball.
Excuse me, bro. Excuse me, Keith. The Los Angeles Clippers just drafted Kobe Brown, forward from Missouri. That is the last pick of the first round. I am done with the draft for the night, but I'm not gonna cut you off. Keep saying what you're saying, bro.
But yeah, of course, his body's a concern. He's 7'5". I think that's something he can work on. And he knows that. He even said he's gonna work on that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I said this earlier tonight. I said this on Monday on the podcast. I would not draft him first. Just me. Because I don't like the body type. I understand the San Antonio French team connections, Tony Parker, Boris Diaw. That body type worries me. 7'5" spaghetti noodle. He has his hand, he has the skill set, yes, but he's not like he's a great 3-point shooter. He's not. Yes, but you know what happens with 7'5" players who has that type of body type? 7'5" injuries happen to them. It's just me. I'm not poo-pooing on his skill set. I just don't like the body type. I don't.
So if you had the number one overall pick,
Brandon Miller. Absolutely. Brandon Miller, without hesitation. Yep. And because Tony said something earlier, he was like, well, think about Kevin Garnett. He was that frail when he came in, but he was, naturally strong. I said, yeah, but Kevin Garnett was 7 inches shorter than him.
I feel like Victor, you gotta take that risk.
I mean, look, I'm the minority in this statement.
You're worried about his injury. He might get injured, but you understand the talent.
I understand the talent. But the only thing I'm going to say is this. In this version of the NBA, body types like that, their durability is a question mark. Look at Chet Holmgren. Same type of body type, maybe about 2 inches shorter. bro couldn't make it out of the summer league. I'm just saying.
That was unfortunate.
It was unfortunate. I'm just saying, like, and that was the main topic about him when he came into the draft last year. He don't have an NBA body. And, you know, my man Marcus was saying that he understood my concerns. He would still take the risk, but he understood my concerns.
Yeah, and I'm in the same boat.
And I've been saying this for the last couple months about Wembanyama. I wouldn't do it. You know, not to poo-poo, like I said, not to poo-poo his skill set, but just when I saw that body type, I'm like, yo, he looked like you could blow him over with a feather duster.
But you never seen nobody like that.
Okay.
You never seen that. So
Oh, okay.
You at the number one position, you have a chance to take a guy like that. You do it.
Okay.
San Antonio is a perfect spot for him to go. So
no, I agree. Hey, perfect team for him to go to. No argument there. None. No argument there for me. Again, I just said I just wouldn't. This is just me personally. I just wouldn't have did it. I just would not have done it. But little bro, I'm gonna wrap this up. I've been on here for 3.5 hours. I need to act like I gotta go to work tomorrow. So hey, look, I would definitely. Huh?
I said, we'll chit chat more.
Yeah, I want to get you on. I want to get you back on the podcast again. I just gotta, fit in with your schedule.
Yeah, it's all about time.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, and we that much closer to football. But I will have to say this: the NBA has definitely kept us entertained with their brief off season.
I think they just getting started, man.
I
think it'll be more.
Remember, I told you I think Harden's going to end up in Phoenix.
That's your prediction?
I think Harden's going to end up in Phoenix, yeah. Yep.
I think he's going to stay in Philly.
I mean, he may, but I do. I think he's going to – I think that, that's why I think Ayton is going to get traded to free up some money. Harden already lives out in Phoenix during the offseason. He went to Arizona State. It all makes sense. He's cool. Him and KD are like best friends. It makes sense.
Man, what is it going to do? What is it going to do?
What is what?
What is it going to do?
I don't think it does, man. I do shit.
They go to Phoenix and then what? They going to be hyped up.
Like Brooklyn?
They ain't going to do nothing.
Like Brooklyn? Look,
Brooklyn.
You guys, Keith is flexing. He's a Nuggets fan. He's a true Nuggets fan. He's flexing his championship muscle right now. He's saying, he's like, look, nigga, you can bring Bradley Beal to Phoenix. You can bring James Harden to Phoenix. They ain't going to have nothing for us.
Man, let me tell you, that super team shit, that shit dead.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. But anyway, bro, I'm going to get at you soon, okay?
All right, for sure.
Yes, sir. Till next time.
All right,
All right. Well, this has been fun. This has definitely been fun. Thank you guys who hit the like button. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time, Brandon Brevon Towns. I'm out this beer. Peace. And I love you.